and Cap will set up our own voluntary world. And wherever we go, we won't need no roads. And you'll be my and Cap girl. Now when your Capolini's still so far away, and I'm still fighting all her battles online. And even if I gotta join her in Somalia, I'm gonna prove she's still consensually mine. One day we'll all opt out of the government. It'll crumble under its own dead weight. 'Cause dreams do come true. Darling, I believe in you. I'll always read you 8 out of 8. Come back and Cap. I'll mine all the Bitcoin in the world. We'll never turn right or left. Taxation will always be theft. And you'll be my and Cap girl. Come back and Cap. These companies everywhere make me want to hurl. But our love will always be strictly voluntary. And you'll be my and Cap girl. Yeah, you'll be my and Cap girl. You'll always be my and Cap girl.
Hey! Happy Friday. Welcome to Liberty Late Night. This is on, right? This thing's on?
The algorithms, and
a
you're
little
able
quiet.
to see this. Tag a friend. I feel like Facebook hates us. I gotta say hi to Alan and Alan and Alan.
Alan?
He's all over the place. YouTube,
Who did
Twitch,
we see here?
and
I
Facebook.
saw David here.
Yes. Hi, Jonathan.
David. We love
I have to
David.
say hi to the people that don't have a button yet.
Oh, okay. Hi, Keith. How are you doing? Thanks for being here. Yes. Hi, Lyle. Not Brian McKnight.
Hey, Lyle.
Hey, Drew. How are you? Yeah, look at Alan's everywhere.
And there's a mic here.
Oh, thanks, Alan. We like your show too. Hi, Mike.
There's Mike.
Hey, Kurt's over there in Floatland.
Oh.
Yes. Can't believe they're having Brian Williams, right?
Close enough, right?
Yes. Yeah, no. Totally
All right.
different person. So, what's up, you guys? It's at the end of May. We're at Memorial Day weekend already. So, of course, the warm summer day, well, not even summer yet, but it's
Ooh.
been nice and beautiful.
Today
and
was
it's
awesome.
Flying by. Not today so much. Today was cold. Really cold and rainy and windy. Like, it's still just like a tiny, small, not even hurricane or anything, but it's just been constantly, the wind is blowing today.
Well, I got
And,
notifications.
Oh, you got notifications?
Yeah.
Okay. But
Liberty
yeah,
Late
so
Night
it's
is
gross.
live.
I was out there and I'm like, it's cold. Like, chills you to your bones. Yeah, it's
cold
really
rain
cold.
today.
Yeah. Wayne McKnight. Going
Oh,
great.
I forgot to say
Hoping
hi
this
to
rain
Kirk.
is gone. So
Hello, Captain Kirk.
I can do grilling this weekend. Yeah, I think it's gonna go away tomorrow for us anyway. It's gonna be still like mild, like in the 50s, like 59 tomorrow, you know. So that'll be fine. Just don't give me all this rain and wind. I'm not really enjoying that very much.
Gabe Astrid
Hi,
is
Gabe
here.
Astrid.
What are we talking about?
Hi. Oh, wait, did you change your name? Slither?
Slytherin of Mars.
Thanks for the invite. I was just trying to catch up with what I missed on. Okay, day 4. Oh, nice. Very nice. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in today.
It's 9 days left on his band.
Wow, I feel like Ryan's been on a band forever.
Hey, did you guys see us on Alan Mosley's show on Wednesday?
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Hi, studio.
What's up, studio?
We had a good time. Yeah. We enjoy watching Alan's show. We like his
setup. He's got structure.
Structure.
Nice
The
late
program.
night show.
Yeah. The Twitch stream belongs to me alone.
Yes.
And it's quick.
But you have
too.
to. It's the fastest, but you have to defend it because it does get attacked every once in a while.
We did turn on our furnace today just to kind of take the chill out of the air. Yeah.
You touched my thermostat?
I did touch your thermostat. I turned it from cool to heat, and then allowed it to come on for.
That was us, Lyle.
That was us. That was fun. It was so weird, like being in the.
Got our official bat mug.
Comment section, not live,
From
and like
Echo
we're watching
Bravo
ourselves
Bats.
and commenting with everybody. So that was different. Plus the structure of the show, which we don't have. It makes it fun. Wait, why did he change? I missed it. Can you pop up the float over there so I can see? Because he said he changed.
Bring that up.
One right above that. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's a different profile.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, nice.
Dig it.
I got you.
Clicked on the thing. It gave me a timestamp.
I don't really. This week went by really fast. It did. It went by real fast. So, but we also have to make sure that our time right now is going by fast because we have a guest coming on.
Yes, so we have to keep things moving.
At 9:45.
Like 7 minutes.
So,
Brian
McWilliams is going to be joining us. In a little while.
I'm excited. I've been listening to his podcast ever since I got my earmuffs at work. So, he's fun. He kind of reminds me of us, only with knowledge to give.
I'm excited.
We have a Honda.
We have a Honda here. How you doing? You were in Facebook jail too for a while, right? How's everybody out there doing? Have you had to supply any type of paper to anybody who asked for your papers? I heard that area is. Yeah,
oh, that's what I was gonna say. I forgot to rig the movie wheel.
Oh yeah, what?
So we're just gonna go with chance today.
It's still a bit cool in the morning, but it doesn't last long. Oh, okay, that's nice. I like a cool morning, cool evening to sleep. Yep. Tim, hi. Yes, hi Tim.
Oh, Tim's here.
Tim, which little Timmer, baby probably. The YouTube stream is also mine. Oh wow, look at you.
Tim said he's gonna sneak out on the porch and tell everybody he took up smoking.
Card and made my own just in case. Oh my, you can do that.
So we have to wave. He's watching on mute.
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably Yeah, so we're gonna spin the wheel. This week went by really fast, so I can't believe we're already spinning the wheel for the movie.
Nice.
Yeah. Or whatever Facebook banner string.
Hey,
all the
Patricia.
alcohols. Yeah.
Oh,
we drink all the
Dan
alcohols.
Snowden's
Hi, Dan.
here.
Hi, Patricia.
Dan's a fantastic man. He really is.
Anyone wants high-res scans of the front and back?
Oh, the
I have
COVID
them.
cards.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Okay, so every week we give away a gift. We have to move this along pretty quick.
I'm interested just because
To
I know it's
our
going to come down to that, Garrett.
Patreon members, as a thank you for supporting us. It's not like we're trying to buy Patreon members. We're just giving back a little bit because you guys are so generous with us.
Because it's a ton of fun. Yeah.
And this week I thought, because I've been listening to so many podcasts, this amazing book right here, Michael Malice's Anarchist Handbook, which is I think it's just a collection of a lot of essays from anarchists like, who's on there? Spooner and somebody else. I forgot who else was on there. Rothbard. A bunch of other people I don't really know, but I think I want to get this book, so I figured we'd buy a copy for one of our friends and help boost it. It's currently number 29 on Amazon's 100 bestsellers list.
Yes.
Which is amazing. Out of all the books on Amazon, it's 29. So we're going to be giving that away tonight.
Yes, we're spinning now.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to the wheel.
Stock or do what I did. Okay.
Where's the music?
And print it.
All right. If you make it through the show and you like what you do and you do want to support us, go to patreon.com/late night. And we've been taking names off, so Mary won't let me put them back on. spin. All right, let her spin. Oh, Kurt can't read. Oh, John Morpke.
Wow, John, congratulations.
Awesome.
To you. Super excited.
We'll be getting a hold of you, get your address, put you on our list.
Now, hi, Celeste.
There you have it.
We'll have Amazon ship that book to you. Congratulations to you, John. Thank you so much.
So I'm just going to roll right into the movie reel. All right, and for LLN Sunday night movie night, this is our wheel that tells us what movie we're watching.
Yeah. Can't wait. Did you take the last one off?
I don't know, but if it gets picked, we'll spin it again.
Okie dokie. Sounds good to me.
So Sunday nights on Float, 9:30 Eastern, we watch a movie. Float, FLOTE.app. And this week we're watching Beetlejuice.
Yes!
I think.
So
Yeah, we're watching
excited.
Beetlejuice.
Oh my gosh, I'm so pumped.
So
Yeah.
Sunday night at 9:30 Eastern on Float.app.
The right stuff. That it's making me think of New Kids on the Block.
Okay, I'm just going to close that. We'll fix that later.
Wait, is that the right one?
The right stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
Don't say
uh-oh,
the third time.
Alan. He's going over
Which
to
platform
Twitch.
is he going to show up on?
Which one? Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay.
Garrett's a sweetheart. He's making his wife food. She got called in to work and was up for 36 hours. And
Hopefully
so
the
he's
audio over
grilling
here is set
food.
up right. I'm a
So,
little nervous.
yeah, I'm so excited. Hi, Jacob.
Now we wait.
Yes, lots of people on, which I see are watching this live stream. Yes, yep.
Yeah, that's our
Yep.
like where we were born.
Yes.
So it's our biggest.
I'm pretty sure that everybody that's on our Facebook stream right now has a Float account also, so they go there too. So,
So
yeah,
I'm letting them in. We're gonna make sure that we have
Beetlejuice.
audio and video connected.
Wait, hot. Wait, life
Hold
is
on,
hot.
my shit's fucked up. One
Uh-oh.
second.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I have your voice come through. All right. All right. Once we.
I'm excited.
Oh, let me bring you into the
Dave's
scene
gonna
here.
Bring you on here.
Let's forget.
Oh,
Check.
Dan's going to the laundromat. Have fun, Dan. I'm sorry.
You got your time.
I don't know what a clubhouse is. Yeah. That's all right.
All right, no
Take your
problem.
time. Oh, Dan, I'm so sorry.
Laundromats are
Yep.
fun, Dan.
Are they?
Yeah, they're always exciting. You never know what's going to happen there.
I suppose. Yeah. Clubhouse. I don't know what club. I've heard of Clubhouse, but I don't know what it is. Jacob's
Oh,
asking
Celeste
what
is
Clubhouse.
here.
Yes, Celeste is here.
Real quick before we bring him on, I'll get to play Celeste.
Kill me, oh Celeste, oh Celeste.
All right.
Can I have a paper towel, please? Thank you.
You good?
New app is.
All right. I told you it's going to be fun.
Oh my
All right, I'm going to
gosh,
bring him
I
in.
wish that was on.
Not yet. No. We wait till everything's cleaned up.
That was great. Yeah.
All right, everybody. The host of Electric Liberty Land,
Yes.
part of the Lions of Liberty podcast network. One of my favorite podcasts that I'm listening to.
Yes.
Brian McWilliams.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Thank
How you doing?
Thanks for
Hello.
coming on. Hi.
I know, everybody. Well, as we were just talking about, people are wetting themselves. There's paper towels are being requested and used on camera, which tells you something.
Yes, absolutely.
It happens down here.
Yeah, but no, thanks for having me, guys. I'm excited. Do I sound okay? Am I coming through loud and clear?
I do.
I
How
think so.
Everybody else, can you hear him all right? Because you sound good to me. And we have live chat.
All
I know
right.
Dave told you, but we do a lot of waving to our friends when they pop in and stuff. So you'll see our hands flail. So, and you can feel free to
That's
read
fine.
any of it if you can see the comments.
That's fine. I actually live up the street from a handicap school. When I walk past there, they do the same thing.
Oh.
Everybody waves. It's sweet. Before COVID, they sold coffee, and I'd get coffee every Friday. But
Nice people.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you do with the
great,
bottle?
really nice people.
Really
Great
nice people. Okay, so I'm really excited about this. I don't get a chance to listen to a lot of podcasts because I'm home with the 3 kids and they're always talking at me, and so I can't have unless I want to just completely ignore them, which
Probably should
I
sometimes.
can't do. I shouldn't do that. So, but yeah, Dave has been listening to podcasts, and he said I'm going to reach out, and you said yes, and so he's super pumped, and I'm excited.
And I'm excited. Thank you. I'm
Yay.
excited to be on. I'm a big fan of Liberty memes. Love it. So happy to be on the show. And I like you guys have a Space Ghost thing going on here. That's fucking awesome. I love the TV in the background. I'm like
That's
Brack
this guy.
back here. It's fantastic.
Are you getting enough oxygen?
Dave, yeah, he set all this up. He loves to do that. So I'm just here to talk and make friends, and he likes to do all the producing and everything like that. So
Yeah, I'm not a good talker.
you're a good talker. Get a few drinks in you, Dave. You'll be fine.
Exactly. Are you a good drinker? That's the question.
Yes,
If you're a good
yes.
drinker, you become a good talker.
We're pro level.
Absolutely. Oh, super pro. What are you drinking right now? I see a glass in your hand.
I have a drink in my hand. As always, I'm drinking some Basil Hayden's whiskey.
Oh.
My green screen's being weird with it, but Basil Hayden's, I got it
That's
at
good
Costco,
stuff.
one of my favorite places in the world. And I'm sipping on that. I got a couple of beers. I'm going to alternate,
That's nice. That's nice. We're
What
drinking
about you
some
guys?
Whiskey.
Yeah, we
Oh,
have
nice. Yeah.
we get a half pint of just something just to
So
get
we
us
don't,
started.
because we know we're gonna.
We don't know how to
We don't know
conduct
how
ourselves.
to conduct ourselves. And then I have an IPA. I'm a fan of the IPAs.
And I got a 2X milk stout.
I would drink the milk stout before the IPAs. It's an ongoing joke within a circle, not only the Lions of Liberty circle, but many circles. Dan Spots of The System Is Down is also in on this fight, but I hate IPAs. I think they taste like somebody ate asparagus and then pissed in your mouth and then fucked a pine tree. It's horrible.
a lot of pine cone.
Why do you want to be hurt? I mean, it's like, why do you
like it,
invite
but-
pain upon your taste buds with this shit?
I like it, and I'll drink his stout too. I'll probably drink a few of mine and then one of his. Just
And
because
I'll
it's
drink her
nice.
IPAs because some nights I just get what she wants.
Yeah. Oh, you're sweet. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how I liked IPAs before it was cool to like IPAs. So everybody can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Well,
I was a fan before it became a fad. So that's what I'm going to say about that.
but have you taken it upon yourself to start home brewing? That's the real question.
No.
No, I make wine.
He
I
makes
make
wine.
Well, I see these ads on.
Oh, really? Is that what the kids are for? You just fucking begin about stomping grapes?
Well, they
Get
have
to work,
this,
you little bastards. Earn your income.
Right.
Earn your salary. You want
Yes.
another transformer? Daddy needs another couple bottles of wine.
well, I saw this ad on Facebook and it said make wine out of anything in 5 days, and I'm like, challenge accepted. And so
That is fucking awesome.
like they're making it out of Mountain Dew and stuff. And I actually posted the GIF from Jurassic Park where it says your scientists were so preoccupied if you could, they never asked if they should.
Yeah. But
yeah,
it's actually
I'm
pretty
not-
tasty and very strong.
Yeah, very strong.
I would try Mountain Dew wine. I'm getting more into drinking wine, but I mean, I hate Mountain Dew, but I mean, God,
Yeah, here
it's like Four Loko at that point.
Oh, and that's his
Right?
usual.
It's the official
his
beverage
usual
of Liberty.
Oh, no.
Friday night drink. Yeah.
What have I walked into?
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
Welcome.
This is Liberty Late Night. So.
That's like it's late for you, early for me.
True.
I'm like, I just finished dinner. I just, kissed my baby on the forehead and give her that little baby punch that just, gets them knocked out for the night.
Yeah.
You got to, and then press them into
No.
the bed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
you have
exactly.
a Baby. I don't want any more babies, but I
I
love
do.
other people's babies. I have 3, so I'm good. I don't
Oh,
need
she's
another
great.
baby. Yeah. That's exciting.
Good. He's virile man. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. Yes.
Especially, hey, here's the thing, right? Because the COVID vaccine may make you sterile, right? We've heard that rumor. This is the time for libertarians to take over the earth.
It's a
Like, this is the
takeover.
time for us to populate the earth with just fucking like crazy. And all these, progressive nut jobs getting shot through of experimental vaccines, they're not going to be able to have any children.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is it.
It's
Oh my gosh.
it's there for the taking.
It's happening.
That's the side effect they didn't think of. That will take over.
We'll have to pull Ron Paul out to stud. He'll be so old, but he's like, I gotta do it.
Yep.
Gotta do it.
For the movement.
Ron, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep
anything
going. Here's
for
the
the
Viagra.
movement. So you're a big fan of Ron Paul. Is that how you found Liberty?
Yeah, that's what brought me in. I live in LA. I still live in Los Angeles. So when I first moved here, my buddy Mark Claire, who's also on the Lions of Liberty, and started the podcast, because we all started the website together, and during the Ron Paul era, and had writing a lot and posting on the Daily Paul website. But he got me into Ron
remember
Paul by a buddy of ours, Howie Snowden, the godfather of the Lions of Liberty, who had actually worked in DC. He was a page and met Ron Paul in person and was really just blown away by the guy.
Yes.
So yeah, he brought me in, and man, I mean, it's hard to fault a man. I wasn't really overly political, but once he got into just who he was, what he stood for, you know, his impeccable credentials, Dr. No, and all that shit, how could you not love the guy?
Yeah.
And we even went like door to door campaigning for him, which was aggravating as all shit, as you can imagine, in Los Angeles.
Oh my gosh! Wow, I couldn't even imagine doing that in Los Angeles. Yeah.
It was so frustrating, and I'll tell you what was most frustrating though. It wasn't people slamming the door in your face, which would happen because they get up and you're just pissed off. You know, people come to they clearly woke up from a nap, and this was before Amazon started really delivering heavy. So people now they're like, oh, someone's at the door. My shit in a box. Right? Yeah. And this time, no, they get up and they're like, fuck off, you know. But I tell people about Ron Paul, or I bring him up, and they go, oh, Ron Paul. He's like, you know, I love Ron Paul. I said, "Oh, great! You're gonna vote for him? No. Why not? I don't think he is. I don't think he's gonna win.
I hate that.
Oh, well, he won't if nobody fucking votes for him, will he? You know, it was the biggest catch-22. It was so aggravating.
I don't think he'd win. Well, if everyone who said that
because nobody will vote for him, so I can't vote for him.
Yeah, exactly. That was so
frustrating. My favorite now that we're in the situation we are in now is when they would say he's too old.
He's too old. Are you kidding me?
Remember that? Oh yeah. Oh.
Look at what we have now. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Pelosi out there dotting around. Biden out there dotting around. Yeah. I mean, they don't have any leadership other than AOC that's under 40. I guess the squad's leadership.
Yeah. It was a.
Yeah. The up and comers are terrifying.
It is. But I like to think that, we have us having children and everything, that we're raising the next generation of people who are going to make a change, because I was not raised libertarian or anything. We didn't talk politics in my house. Did you talk politics in your house? Did your parents ever share anything?
Not really. The only political moment I can remember is that I was in school and they showed us some videos, and I think one of them was in Dukakis and the tanks, and it was just kind of goofy.
Oh, yeah.
And I went home, and my parents, I asked them, I said, who are you going to vote for? And they said, oh, I think we're going to vote for Dukakis. And I'm like, I don't know, 8, 10, whatever I was the age. And I was like, Dukakis?
Lol.
That dork? And I was like I know anything. Like, I know fucking anything.
Yeah.
So we didn't really talk politics until later. And my father actually became a Ron Paul guy since I was.
Nice.
And then he became a Trump guy, which was
that hurts.
disappointing, but, better than being a fucking Biden guy. And at least he's still very, freedom oriented, but he liked Trump because of the brashness, right? And I think a lot of people that liked Ron Paul were attracted to that, right? Anti-establishment, fuck the system,
yes.
And very, push back against the PC shit. And that was my dad. So, But growing up, no, I didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
What about you, Dave? Your parents political?
No, I was confused. I got the opposite vibe of libertarian. Like, I was like, I wish there was somebody who was, fiscally liberal, but socially conservative.
Yeah.
We need more laws to tell us how to live, but they need to give us more money. It just made sense to a child.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was how I was living anyways. I had somebody telling me how to live my life.
Like, somebody tell me what to do. Yeah.
Like somebody telling me what to do, and then they give me an allowance. It sounds like that's just how it goes, right?
Win-win for you, right? Yeah. Well, I feel like at least there are a lot of people who may have been like the Ron Paul fans for those reasons because he was different, and then a lot of them went towards Bernie. They became like Bernie bros and stuff, and it's really like it makes me gag, like just because it's like, come on, where are your principles, man?
I think it's kind of where they came from.
Yes.
How they found libertarianism from either from the left or the right, and then they kind of diverged that way.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just, libertarianism, it became a fad under Ron Paul, right? Which is good and bad because it had good, it brought in people like me. I don't know if you guys came into it from Ron as well or different ways.
2012.
Same thing, right? Yeah. So, and I was back in like 08, so he kind of drew me in, but people came into it and it became kind of the thing, right? It was like really interesting and unique and different.
Yeah.
And those same people, some of us stuck around. We all stuck around, and we got into the philosophy of it, right? And we learned more about it. But a lot of people just got into it because it was different, and you could scream "end the Fed," and that meant fuck the government, and they wanted to fuck the government.
Yeah.
And that fuck the government mentality didn't carry over. Clearly, it just was that they wanted to be different. And when Bernie came along, he was different. And a lot of Bernie people that last cycle may have gone to Trump. I shit you not, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them did go over to Trump's side because Trump was now the fuck the establishment guy. Like,
middle finger.
It's all the same kind of logic. Yeah.
Do you watch the news and read the paper and all that stuff? I mean, so you can keep up to date for your show. I get really depressed and I have a really hard time.
It's called Electric Liberty Land. Thank you for listening.
Yes, it's hard for me to process all of it. Like I get real, like I'll get angry and just depressed.
Yeah, we get most of our news from memes in this show.
And but do you watch all that stuff? Do you read and get into that?
I don't watch. It's kind of a running gag on Electric Liberty Land is that I always pronounce names wrong because I don't watch news. I don't watch any of the mainstream shows. So I always say somebody's name. I butcher the living shit out of it. I butcher cities. I butcher names. Everything.
That's all right.
But what I do is Howie, the guy. Yeah, right. There's too many names anyway.
Yeah.
But Howie, the guy that got us all into this movement, right? He actually sends out for our Patreon members at a certain level. He sends out news links, and he used to be in intelligence for the military, learning how to collect data, right? So what he does, it's crazy. So he literally will send us, I'm going to say 200 or so links a day, right? Pulled from everywhere, like all these different sources, and you go through them. So it's a lot, but I just go through, I click the ones that look relevant. I click the ones that I can tell. And it's funny when you go through that much news, and I have to because my show is a current news show. So I have to go through a lot of news. But you learn to see what is what just reading the headline. Like you can identify the Washington Post, the Huffington Post, Fox News, Breitbart. It's hilarious once you start looking at it on a daily basis. So that's what I do. And to answer your question, yes, it's very depressing. Unbelievable.
How do you deal with that? Like, how do you filter that, or do you just push it down, crush it with your mind?
You're looking at it right here in a glass. Yeah, right here in a glass. No,
I get it.
You know what? I think this is something that I think this caused a lot of libertarian burnout, right? And I think that's a problem in the movement, and I've dealt with it. And when you've been in the movement for a while, you do feel like you're banging your head against the wall, especially when every day you see the deficit going up, trillions, being spent, and the wars are expanding, and people's rights are being taken away, and they're attacking the First Amendment, right? And it's very frustrating. And I said before to people, this is something I think is probably the biggest threat to libertarianism as a concept, because it's hard to keep people in the movement when it seems like you're pushing a boulder up a hill, like the old parable, and then you can never get up the hill. It's just an endless push, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing, which is I'm finding myself frustrated, but also inspired by kind of the current events happening, because I figure there are people that are waking up. Like, the fact that Trump doubled his black vote for GOPs is a wake up, right? That's a white pill, as they say. And even if you don't like Trump, it's a white pill that people are going, you know what? This Democratic bullshit isn't working for us. Let's try something different. And that's, I think, the key to the libertarian message. Try something different, right? We've got the facts on our side. We've got decades of failed policies from the two parties to point to. But also, I'm excited by, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Dave Smith, a part of the problem, but I'm excited by him trying to put himself out there as the candidate, and I'll support him full-heartedly because he is a master of the topics. And you need somebody likable. You need a lightning rod, and I think he's got that. And so many libertarians, they're not inspiring. When you look at the Democrats, right? Look at the Democrats or the Republicans. Failed policies after failed policies, right, on both sides. But they've got this kind of religious fervor behind it. They've got people that really are true fucking believers that are inspired, right? It's aspirational. If we can get to that level, aspirational, then people are going to stop getting burned out, because they're going to say, you know what? I can see it there. I can see that shining city on the hill. We're going to build that fucking city. Let's go get drunk. Let's fuck in the woods and build that city.
Wow, what a quote.
Part of the pitch.
Yeah. I'm making a t-shirt. I don't that'll be on our
The problem is, if all these people come in from fucking in the woods, the shining city won't stay shining.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Go to bed.
Can I ask, do you vote? Are you a voter then? Or do you believe in voting?
Yes, I do vote. I believe that I think it's important to vote, especially in local elections, because you do have a lot of impact as to how your money is being spent. If we're going to be forcibly taxed, I might as well have some say in that. I also vote. I used to vote on Nextdoor with my snarky comments and yelling at people for dumb shit, which is another way to vote. People don't think about you're voting in a way, you're convincing people. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm of the opinion, I know a lot of anarchists, and I do at this point consider myself an anarchist. I'm an ANCAP. But it seems foolish to me to not partake in something from a philosophical objectionist point of view, where you say, voting is pointless, I'm not going to take part in the system because that means I am accepting of the system. I don't think that's the case. If that's the case, if somebody's forcing you into slavery, right, and you're trying to escape slavery, but they offer you food to keep yourself alive until you can escape, should you not eat the food?
Wow. That's a really good way to
that's the way I look at it. Well, I mean, that's the way I look at it, is that, I'm eating this food to try to influence things. I'm trying to keep shit going in the right direction until we can make that move. And for me to deny that is silly. Why would you deprive yourself of a voice? Why would you deprive yourself of the one bit of influence that you do have? It's not the end all be all, and I don't fault people for skipping it, but it just seems to me a foolish thing to look over. Yeah. What about you guys? Do you vote?
I do sometimes, if
sometimes.
I really feel moved, but I do like what you are saying, because that is important. Dave went and he voted, not actually voted for a person, but he went and answered the questions on last week when
he's wrote in a dog's name.
Yeah.
Well, usually it's Vermin Supreme, and then he actually is on the ticket. But
yeah. But you went down to answer the questions because
we're in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, our governor.
Where you're from?
Wait, where are you guys at in PA, by the way?
We're in the other corner.
Yes, we're by the Great Lake Erie.
Oh wait, you're up in Pittsburgh area?
Yeah,
Yes.
We're above there.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm a Philly man.
Yeah.
Philly boy.
Which I've never been to. I've never been to.
I heard it's always sunny.
It's always sunny
Love
there,
that
right?
show. Always sunny there.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that every time Dave comes, he yells, "Lake effect snow." Is that true?
Brace yourself.
And then he just waves it all over the place. Yeah. Lake effect. For those of you not familiar with Erie, it's next to one of the Great Lakes, and they get a lot of lake effect snow.
Yes. Have you ever been
inside baseball?
Have you ever come up to Erie before? Have you ever been to the lake?
Yeah, one time. I went to Penn State, so it's not that far.
Oh, sure.
And a friend of mine had a wedding in Erie because that's where she was from. So she took me up there.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it for two reasons. One, we had sex. We were friends who had sex in college, and it was very, very awkward. But we stayed friends.
Yeah.
And this was after that.
Oh, yeah.
It was after that, so it was very weird. And then the second awkward thing was I sat down, and old people are sometimes quite racist. And I sat down next to her grandpa, and I'm just chilling and drinking. And he goes, he's like, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Oh, Philly." And he goes, "I used to live in Philly. And it was a great city until all the darkies." And I was like, this is happening. I was excited because I was like, I didn't think this is a real thing that happens to people. And here I am experiencing it right here in real life.
No discomfort on his end at all.
Yeah. That was your Erie moment.
Oh, no, not at all. He's too. I envy that. I don't plan on being uncomfortable at any point in my life when I hit a certain age.
Yeah. Oh my. Right. To just be totally.
So do you guys
free
read
of
these messages?
Oh,
yeah, they're bigger on our screen.
Yeah.
I'm amazed by this.
That way we don't have to look away. Because a lot of our shows are just interaction. It's just having a conversation. We'll talk about whatever comes up.
We'll just hang out with the audience. They're our friends.
Mostly.
Gotcha.
We'll meet new people. I mean, this is our community that we have that we grew up in. As far as Liberty Memes goes. So for almost 3 years now, we've gotten to know a lot of these folks, and new people come in, and we get to know them, and so it's a good time. That's why I love doing this.
Did you guys get? Did your guys' page get zucked and you had to create a new one at one point, or
Liberty
no?
Memes did.
Oh yeah,
Liberty Memes.
The page that Zuck doesn't want you to see.
Yeah, they took them down.
Yeah, right. That's what I remember.
The great zucking.
I joined it, and then it got zucked. Yeah, it got zucked good, and I was like, "Fucking bastards!"
Yeah,
I know.
I've been the new one too, but
yeah, and there's been like 4 since, and
2 community groups.
They have a target on them, and I feel really bad. It's just because they want to talk about other things than what Facebook wants them to say. So, what social media platforms are you on the most, and what do you find as far as censorship, and where do you feel like the most free?
Well, so I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok now. Recently
You're doing
TikTok.
The TikTok. I say the TikTok because I'm 41, so I can
I'm
say
doing
the
the
TikTok.
little TikToks. I'm 41 too, but I'm out there TikToking it up.
Okay.
With short videos. Yeah, short videos. But I would say it's not supposed to. I mean, we were on Parler until that got crushed. We're on BitChute. We're now on Odyssey trying to get videos out there. I mean, honestly, here's the thing: is I will say Facebook's the most restrictive because we have been, warned about the forthcoming zuckening many times. We've managed to skirt under the radar so far and stay alive.
Yeah.
But that's definitely, a worry. There's some websites like MeWe I heard was okay, but then I heard that was not. I heard that, Mastodon is a site that you can create communities on. One of our listeners, Dan Roberts, actually had tried to create basically a social media community for us on there. Mm-hmm. And shame on us for not growing it out, but it was a work. And
it's a lot.
It's hard having all the different social media platforms. Yeah. We recently found
so hard.
Float, Flote, and they're great.
I think I'm on there, but I haven't built it out.
Yeah, they're still working on it, but they have such aspirations, and they have a great team, and they're very helpful. Like the first day Dave went on, he's like, "Can I talk to a manager?" Like just joking,
That was my first post.
Erin and her husband Kingsley are the ones who run
the CEO and stuff.
I think Erin actually had emailed me.
Okay,
so
Erin,
like,
is everything okay? And Dave's like, I was just joking. I'm so sorry.
I didn't think anybody would actually. I'm like, do you read all of the posts?
But they're great. We do live streams on there. We're streaming in a couple different places right now, so there's people over there. But it's great because
that's our anarchy live stream where we can just do whatever we want.
Then we can go and we can watch movies with our friends. We can play videos. We can do all
until somebody finds out about it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they'll cave.
Exactly.
They won't cave. But the government. Why are they getting their tentacles?
But that's the problem, though, right? That's like the Parler scenario. Even if they don't cave, the question is always what's their tech backbone? If they're using Amazon, if they're using Google, if they're using something that can be taken out from under them. And that's why, I swear to God, Trump's an idiot for not. If he was a smart man, he would have gone out. He would have created a server-backed farm for hosting, right?
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, I won't censor shit. Come on out. You're not gonna. What happened to me won't happen to you. What happened to Parler won't happen to you." He would be raking in the dough. Yeah. Raking it in.
And still have that voice for the people who want to follow him and follow, like his tweets. I mean, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, who let him have a phone?"
Doesn't he have something now?
He'd have a super blast email that would go out on all the servers at once when he wanted to say something. It would be like when they cancel all the TV broadcasts. Donald Trump just comes on. He's on your Twitter. He's like, "I have something to tell you."
These people are very rude to me.
Very rude. Our son, our 12-year-old, does.
Don't shop at Ross. Yeah, I can't do a good one either. I wish I could do a good impression.
He's 12, our son, and he does.
Does a pretty good one. Yeah,
it is. I'm like, listen, don't do that in front of my mom.
It'll trigger her.
It's going to trigger her bad.
Oh, God.
So he doesn't do that one in front
Doesn't he have a platform now where he's like sharing recipes or something?
Is he? What? Are you joking? Sharing
He
recipes?
has a website. He literally publishes like press releases. It's like old fax style. Like I've seen a few of them. It's like from, a tweet from Donald Trump, but it's written as though it's like a press release, like comes out in this weird little format. Hey, got out somewhere, but it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was just going to say, what were your thoughts when Donald Trump, did you watch the whole thing, or did you wake up in the morning and see Donald Trump as president and you're just like, what? Did you have that same kind of moment? Are you kidding me?
I watched it. I told people up until the election, I said, Donald Trump's going to win. I feel confident about that because of the same reason that I think that and I don't want to go down the whole trail of whether or not he got fucked out of the election or not, but I do think that there's some shady shit because I think that the same reason he won before, he probably would have won again. He got more votes than anybody before, but yet Biden got even more votes and won less counties than any president in the history of the world.
Wow.
But
it's pretty amazing.
Trump had that unspoken, it's shocking, right? But he had that unspoken vote. And when you add up all the polling, you add up all the who's answering the phones to answer polls, old dickheads with landlines. Nobody fucking pick up the cell phone to be like, oh, it's a poll, unless they're really eager to answer the poll, which is, leftist dickheads. So it all added up to me to make sense, right? That he was going to win. And so when it did happen, I was like, this is an outside chance. I voted for Gary Johnson. even though I didn't like Gary Johnson or Bill Weld, but
Yeah.
I voted for him
Yeah.
to vote for him.
Yeah.
When it came through, though, I remember I was at my buddy Joe Prano, who's a very libertarian-leaning comedian. I was at his album release party. We were watching on the TV at a bar. And when it came on, we just looked at each other and fucking laughed our goddamn asses off because it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. And it remained the funniest thing for many days as we saw the Hillary supporters crying and screaming and all this shit.
gosh.
It was hilarious.
The crying
It was hilarious.
was so.
And the crying kept on for 4 years. Yeah.
I mean, the actual.
Oh, yeah.
Crying.
She's still crying.
That was really something.
The pussy hats. It's like,
Oh my gosh! Right.
yeah, it was, and it wasn't like, you know, and when Trump started out, look, he did represent what he ran on, just like George W. Bush. If you look what George W. Bush ran on,
Oh, yeah.
surprisingly libertarian, right? Just like Trump.
What they run
In
on.
practice, not so much.
Yeah.
But I think
Sure.
Trump was still, for me, the most libertarian president of my lifetime. That's a very low bar, but I will say, for me, the most libertarian president, right?
Okay, I
I can
see
tell
what
you
you're
why,
saying. Yep.
but I mean, I challenge you to name somebody that was more libertarian, and again, low bar, but, you know, lowering the corporate tax rates. He really did keep us out of any new wars. He did make efforts to try to pull us out of places. He'd stopped that, you know, what was it, the missile attack that was supposed to launch on Syria after that false flag gas attack.
Oh, yeah.
And he
Yeah.
actually asked how many innocent people would die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that
Yeah.
happening before. And he nixed the attack. I mean, look, he wasn't great by any means, and by any standard. But like I said, who's his fucking competition?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
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 It gets worse and worse. And like we were talking about what's going to happen in 4 years from now. Like, does Joe actually make it all the way through his term? Does he run again? If he doesn't, who's running?
Well, yeah. What do you
Who are
think
they
the
running
deal is
against?
with Joe? I mean, are they just like gonna? Dave says they're gonna weekend at Bernie's him until,
Oh, as long as
like,
they can.
As long as they can. Do you think like everybody behind him is like running the show and they just have him out there
Oh,
like,
yeah.
shh, don't answer any questions? kind of deal?
100%. I think half the reason, right? I keep reading these articles about the military developing like exo bodysuits for the soldiers. I think it's for the weekend at Bidenings. So
Yeah.
they just have an exo bodysuit, and he's just like, and just like work him like a mechanical puppet.
Come on, guys.
But he's definitely not running shit. I mean, the recent performances he's had, where he's even just reading from note cards,
Yeah,
talking to
that's
a
a
female,
struggle.
you know,
Yeah.
horrible, man. He's not running shit. The thing is, Kamala Harris is so unliked.
Yes, that's
that
what I'm saying.
I don't see how they're going to run it or run her. Oh, maybe him. I don't know. Michelle Obama. I don't think they're going to run Kamala. I think that they could for sure.
I'm sorry.
The children are restless.
Yeah. She came downstairs.
No, I can see them. I think they're going to retire Biden. I don't see how he can make it through. I think Kamala is too unlikable, and I think that Michelle Obama, whether you think she's a dude or a chick, will run as either the next male or female president of the United States. Next run.
Because even if Joe doesn't run, which would be weird, something would either have to happen or he'd be like, you know, I don't want to do this anymore, which would also be weird. But to not have Kamala run would be also unprecedented, right?
I just, you know what, man? She was the first Democrat out of the race, right? And then they brought her back in. It was shocking as hell. I couldn't believe they brought her back in. Brought her back in for the black vote. It was the political time, right? Because of the Black Lives Matter movement and all this other shit. Brought her back in. So when it comes back around again, if BLM's not a thing that everybody's on top of the mind, if everybody still hates her, and BLM, right, has lost like 80% of the support it had.
No.
I mean, it's not popular.
Right.
So what does she bring to the table? She's not, I mean, look, Joe Biden's a doddering mess. How many times have you seen Kamala Harris take interviews?
And then the awkward
Never.
cackling
I mean,
when she does.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Like talking about people getting
Like
killed.
she's political poison.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I don't like her.
God damn it, made me laugh into my beer nuts. Spewed it all over my fucking keyboard.
Like, how about all those kids down south? They're sleeping on buses.
That cackle, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Trump's gonna run again? I mean, do you think for sure he's talking it up?
I haven't heard.
I'm getting a hardcore question from Mick Bryan. Hold on, I gotta answer this.
Yes.
Do I think Michelle is a dude? You know,
Some
man,
people are
I
serious.
don't legitimately I don't legitimately think that she's a dude, but I will say that I am very, very open to the possibility because I've read a lot of stuff
I've seen some
about
pictures.
Barack Obama being gay, and I've seen some pictures that are suspect, and I don't know, I could see it. I'm not convinced, but I could see it.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
that meme came through where those guys.
I mean, there's a story about Barack.
there's the
Like,
guys
good.
there's guys in the studio and they're like looking at they're looking at the screen confused, and it says me and my buddy looking for pregnant pictures of Michelle Obama.
Oh, right.
Well, there's a whole story too about the Friends. They show their kids, right? And look, I have kids. I don't want to besmirch anybody's kids. You know, Obama's kids didn't do fucking anything. But the question is whether or not they're Obama's kids. I don't mean to make this a conspiracy show, and I haven't researched this in depth.
No, yeah,
but they had these friends, and they showed the pictures of their kids and the friends, and the kids look exactly like the friends. Exactly. Like, it's uncanny how much they look like the friends. And then you read stories about, male prostitutes saying that, yeah, I got in a car with Barack Obama and he was doing blow and I sucked his dick and all this other shit.
Wow.
You know,
we love wild speculation.
I'm not saying anything. I don't want to get anybody canceled. I know you guys, have had some problems, but I'm just saying I've seen stories. I'm not 100% convinced, but I've seen some stories that make me question.
Wow. Okay, so are you into conspiracy theories? Is that a thing that, to a certain level, or do you just write them all off?
A lot of them came true this year.
I think that they did. Well, that's the problem,
That's
right?
the problem.
Look, it's kind of like, remember that Mel Gibson movie, Conspiracy Theory with Julia Roberts, who I fucking hate, by the way. That's a whole other podcast we could do, or a whole other video stream. I can't stand her. I fucking hate her.
All right, we're switching streams here.
Oh, look, I'm so cute. My lip touches my fucking nose. She's awful. It's horrible. I hate her. I hate everything about her. So,
Everything about her.
I hate everything about it. I think it's one of those things where I don't buy too much into conspiracy theories, but we have a show in Lines of Liberty for the Patreon crew that literally just focuses on conspiracy, right? So I'll listen to that.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, it's hard to discount them because, like you said, we're in the middle of what is, censorship, government misinformation, government outright lies, where they're censoring the truth, right? And then we find out later on, like now the Wuhan lab, they may have leaked COVID. Okay.
Actually, they probably
Yes.
did.
You can't talk about that. You'll be booted off social fucking media.
I guess on
mentioned it before
Facebook
now.
you're
How
allowed
is
to.
it you can't talk about it?
You're allowed to now on Facebook, I heard.
Oh, really?
They won't
Yeah.
kick you for it. They might put something underneath your post.
But
They're going to put a bunch of stuff.
But if you
underneath
did
the post.
before, and I
Yeah.
made this point
Of
to my
course,
friends on
yeah.
Facebook about mask wearing and about like all these other things about viral transmission and wiping shit down. If you dared question it before, you get booted off social media.
Yeah, yep.
Now, it's the truth. Like, so we're seeing that we're obviously being manipulated, we're being lied to, and Fauci admitted as much in a recent interview when he said, "I was lying to people about herd immunity rates, what we needed to reach. I was lying to people about wearing masks because I wanted people to keep going along with it." I mean, he fucking stated it. So
It was for our own good.
You can't not believe in conspiracy theories.
Did he say that? Holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I hate that guy.
In an interview recently.
I hate that guy as
And
much as you
you
hate
look at like
Julia Roberts.
JFK. Impossible.
Impossible.
I would American History X her Edward
Oh,
Norton style if I could.
oh.
Let's see that lip pull in the big box office now, Julia. It's stuck to your curb.
Oh, shit.
Well, you guys asked us. You invited me.
No,
this is what you got.
This is
Yeah,
fantastic.
I knew what it was gonna be.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited.
I listened to your
I
show
love it.
the couple ones ago that you did at the hotel for the Mises Caucus thing.
Oh
you
God,
had
with
Hotep
and Thad,
Yeah,
Thaddeus Russell.
that felt like one of our after parties. Like every once in a while, we'll have an after party. I'll just set up a Zoom call and I'll put the link in the comments, and anybody who wants to come in can come in, and we're just like, yeah, man.
Crazy.
That's what it was. I mean, it was literally, you could hear me, and it's funny, sometimes what's the problem with this is like, I released the audio unedited, completely unedited from start to finish. So you can hear me at times. It sounds like I'm kind of being a cock, but I'm fucking with them. So you can't see my face, and I'm like, people at home are probably thinking that I'm being a drunk asshole and just yelling at these guys. But it was so funny. If you guys haven't listened to it, go listen to Lions of Liberty podcast. It's called Shooting the Shit with Hotep Jesus and Thaddeus Russell. And basically, I went to a libertarian event for the Mises Caucus. These guys, I was going to do a 15-minute quick interview with both of them after after their speeches, right? They sat down, smoked a shit ton of weed. I'm drinking whiskey. Hotep and I finished the bottle of whiskey I brought. So it's just a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to rein these people in to try to talk. And I'm the drunkest one. I'm like, at the last person should be hosting it because I'm the least coherent. But I'm like, let's talk about liberty. And then talk about whatever they want. Highly entertaining.
Herding cats. It was
herding cats.
And that was their
Yeah,
I remember hearing
exactly.
they knew each other on Twitter like but they never met each other in real life. So they were really having a moment, and you're trying to conduct a interview, and they just weren't having it. but it was very informative.
No,
They had
were having.
it was a great conversation.
Is this what was in Pittsburgh?
No,
It's
this
one
one
of
was
those
in
funny things,
California.
man,
that he
like-
went to.
California. Okay. I'm sorry. I had.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere in Visalia. Yeah, but it's those podcasts. It's like on our show we'll do the LALDLs we call them, which is like this: libertarians in living rooms drinking liquor, right? It's just getting drunk and talking shit. You get a lot more out of people, and I think a lot more interesting content than doing straight interviews, right? Because you do a straight interview, it's the same rehearsed answers, the same rehearsed questions, and you don't get that much interesting shit out of people. But if you just open it up and you're like, look, here's a couple things we're going to talk about. Let's just fucking go off on. Like I don't want to limit what we're talking about. Let's just get a little loose. And that way you actually find interesting shit. And sometimes you hit upon new ideas that you wouldn't have thought about before. Like, I used to do stand-up comedy way back in the day. Yeah. And I found the best way to write for me would be to get a little hammered, because you're not thinking, or like my buddy, Jake Weissman, who wrote he wrote Corporate for Comedy Central, right? Oh. He told me, I sat down with him and he goes, man, we did a lot of mushrooms. That's how we wrote. Not on them, but to think about ideas. This is on a podcast they filmed me a couple years ago. Right. Because we did a lot of mushrooms, man. Just because, certain shit doesn't come into your mind unless you alter your perspective, like where you're coming from. And it's 100% true.
And then you can go clean it up when you're sober and make something.
You're more free to You feel I can't think of the word right now. I'll think of it at 2 a.m. and I'll sit up in bed and shout it out. But, uninhibited, is that maybe what I'm thinking? Like you aren't tied down to reality. Yeah, allowing yourself to have that to relax.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you still do comedy? And how long were you, or how long have you been doing comedy?
Well, I mean, I do comedy on Electric Liberty Land in a way.
Oh, of course.
And on my other podcast. Yeah. I have another podcast that's non-political that I do with a couple other guys from our Lions of Liberty crew called The Boring Podcast, BOR Boring Podcast. That's just straight comedy, reviews, and bullshitting. So I do it on there, but stand-up I used to run a comedy show every month for about 5 years. So I'd be doing it regularly. I'd go up at other places. I'd go to some of the bigger places in LA at times. I haven't done comedy for a couple years now. I mean, I had the opportunity, but then COVID killed it. And I may resuscitate my show soon, hopefully, but it's a lot. I'll tell you this, doing stand-up comedy is a lot, especially when you're not in it for a living, because you got to be out late. You got to be hanging out at clubs. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking rough ass life. So, those of you out here that don't appreciate what stand-up comics go through, it's hard, man. Those guys go through hell. They're up later than you are every night of the week, sitting in smoky rooms and being drunk. And until you make it big, you see the guys that made it big. There's fucking 6,000 of those guys that never made it. That
a
are
couple
just
handful
grinding every night. So it's a hard life.
So who would you say then inspired you as far as comedy went?
I'm trying to think. I know I saw that Boring Podcast today. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I seen it and I can't remember where I saw it. I don't know if somebody posted about it.
Yeah.
Somebody posted about it, but I saw that name, and I don't.
Hopefully, other than me.
It was somebody. It might have been one of the
It's a pretty new podcast, so we're not huge yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, check it out. Yeah, it's funny. We just had Howie on, but Dave Attell for sure. I would say I enjoy Big Jay Okerson. I think is very funny. He's on Legion of Skanks. If you guys are familiar with that podcast, which Dave Smith's also on,
I gotta
very
get that,
funny.
yeah.
Anthony Jeselnik's too. I think Anthony Jeselnik's hilarious. Although he
is.
Yeah, he's funny. Although he pissed me off because he shared an article about the Legion of Skanks that called them alt-right Nazis and ridiculous. So, but I like clever, cruel comedy. I think is probably the way I like my comedy. I find that a lot of times the comedy, and basically just, comedy is about misdirection. It's kind of like magic. you don't want people to see the punchline coming. And if I can see the punchline coming, usually it's a bad comic. Usually I don't enjoy it.
Right.
So, some people can do it clean. Like Jim Gaffigan, I think is hilarious.
Yep.
Great, clean comic. You don't see his punchlines coming. He's just very funny.
Yeah, he's funny. Brian
Right, yeah.
too. We can watch that with the family. Yeah.
Exactly. So there's that kind of comedy. And then on the other hand, there's, the David Tells and the Jeslicks and the Jay Okersons who are much dirtier. But really it comes down to is the crafting of the joke. Ryan Stout's another guy that I'm friends with, and a libertarian comedian. Very fucking funny.
Oh.
But you don't see
write that
the
name
punchline
down.
coming. That's the most important thing. Yeah, Ryan Stout.
Yeah, we love stand up.
Ryan Stout, as in Stout the drink? Stout?
Like the beer.
Like, that's great.
Yeah, he's awesome. Awesome guy. So those are my influences, but yeah, it's tough.
What prompted? How did you get out to LA? I mean, what made you?
That's a long drive.
I want to move to. Are you in LA? You're in California. I just assumed LA. It's LA, right? Is it LA? Okay.
I'm in LA. Yeah, I'm in LA.
And it's beautiful. I was only there once in my life, and it's gorgeous along. I mean, California.
You must not have been there somewhat recently because
No.
it ain't gorgeous no more. It's overrun
was-
with homeless people shitting everywhere.
Oh no!
Like 25 years ago.
It was in 1998. So, but I loved it, and at that point in my life, I was like, I'm gonna move out there.
Yeah.
And then I met Dave, and I'm like, I'm gonna stay here. So, but what took?
Well,
you,
lake effect snow.
I know. Oh, I hate
I love
snow,
it.
though. I hate it, but he loves it.
Yeah. Big thick-blooded Pollock. I love this shit.
I wasn't talking about the literal snow. It was a callback.
A callback to
Biz.
that's, you know how
I know,
it comes
right?
Earlier
Yeah.
joke
she
about
caught
him
it.
skeeting everywhere.
Yeah, the skeet from the windows to the walls.
Kirk Davis. No, a lot of blown truckers did not get me to LA.
It's the rules
I,
of the
in
road.
fact, am a top, and I fucked them in the ass. It's ass, grass, or whatever. So I chose ass, and then I just flipped them over and just fucked the shit out of them.
Yes.
That's what I got.
Twist, twist.
I did not see that coming.
That's what I'd say. I'd flip over and say, "Hey, you ready for the twist?" And then, a lot of hair. God, so much hair stuck to my cock. Oh, disgusting.
Oh man,
So much
run a
hair.
comb through it.
It's just matted. It's matted. They're sitting all day. It's like trying to fuck through a thicket or like a woven rug. Hard to get through that into the butt, but I did it.
Yeah, you got to muscle through.
They gave me a ride, and I owed that to them.
Yeah.
Totally rewatch this one for the quotes.
This
Trying to fuck through a thicket.
we've had a male stripper and a thong on our show before, and I
Yeah.
think this one's giving it a run for the money.
Absolutely. Tell me, so how
So I don't need to pull my thong out. That's good.
yeah, we've done that. That's,
what made you want to move to LA? What was that, and how long ago did you do that?
Well, I mean, the dream. I've been here almost 20 years, which is shocking to say because I will literally never say LA is my home. It still doesn't feel like my home officially. I mean, when I go other places, when I go places that are green, when I go back to Pennsylvania, when I go anywhere else really that's green and lush, I feel more at home.
Yeah.
And I moved out here to get into the writing business. I'm still trying to get into the writing business and comedy, but excuse me, I'm burping. It's getting harder and harder, obviously, as a straight white man who's libertarian and easily searchable. The opportunities are not necessarily there. Let's say I read a great script, right? Right now, I'll be canceled off the bat from getting anything because of the libertarian shit. Right?
because of this show.
The
right
shit I've
here.
said on my podcast. Right, yeah,
Right.
exactly. Right. And every other writing program is like diverse voices, black voices, lesbian voices, trans. Yeah. So the deck's stacked against me. So I'm still writing to write, but the odds of me making it big are slim. But that's what I moved out here for initially. And I got into stand-up comedy because a lot of writers get hired from stand-up comedy to write on late night shows or sitcoms.
Yeah.
Like that. So that's what brought me out here. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I'll tell you a funny story though, coming from PA, and it's a different mentality as far as the sense of humor go. Because East Coast, bust your balls. If you like people, you talk shit, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a bonding.
Savage. Yeah.
So yeah. So when I first moved out here, I'm playing kickball, and there's this guy. He's like a Persian guy, Armenian guy, right? And he's pitching on the kickball field, and I yell out, I go, "Hey, you doofus! I'm gonna come out there. I'm gonna put my balls right on top of your head, right?" Not anything clever.
No,
It's not
yeah.
that Yeah, it's nothing. No, I could have said a million more offensive things to him, right? I could have like, hey, Armenian dickhead, I'm going to come out there and take all the cologne in your bathroom and shove it up your dick hole and shoot it with a gun so you don't have to put on cologne anymore. It doesn't matter. I could have said a million worse things.
Put a little work into it.
The guy got so fucking pissed off. He got so fucking pissed off, man. We went to the bar and I was friendly with him. I wasn't like I met this guy for the first time that night. I was friendly with him. They go to the bar and he won't talk to me. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's this fucking problem? And he's like, oh, he's so mad. You said you were going to put your balls on his head. And I was just like, fuck this fucking idiot
oh my
city.
gosh.
It's not like this guy was from, it's not like he was from, the Middle East. He's from LA.
Yeah.
But people in LA are sensitive. Mm-hmm. And it's annoying. But I'm still here. I have a house here. I have a wife and a baby and family and friends. So I'm here. I'm going to fight the good fight. And people always ask, why don't you move? I might. But for now, I'm trying to fight the fucking good fight. I'm trying to hold on to some semblance of sanity in this fucking.
You're like a missionary.
And somebody's got to do it, man. So it might as well be me.
You're a missionary. Trying to bring libertarianism.
Exactly. I know.
The churches should be sending you money.
Yeah. Oh
you know what?
My gosh.
I just thought of something. I was bitching about the homeless, right? Because the homeless are overrunning LA. I should open a libertarian mission for the homeless. I can fucking convert those crazy bastards. I'll just make it like a cult.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give them drugs.
Yeah.
Like, we're for that. I'll bring them in. I'll get a homeless libertarian army. You heard it here first. Homeless libertarian army. I'm making t-shirts.
And they can vote from anywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Vote early, vote often. They can
vote early, vote often.
Exactly. I'm not leaving. But like I said, I ate dinner earlier. I do have to pee, so you have to talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
That's fine. Yes,
that's awesome.
We do those breaks also.
All right,
we'll bring it back.
Yeah, he's gonna be right back, guys. This is so much fun. I'm having a blast.
I knew this was gonna be a perfect
he's like
we're gonna mesh together.
He's one of us.
Yeah.
Like the whole.
When he surprises us, that's some fantastic stuff right there.
Oh my gosh! Right out of the gate, and you guys didn't even hear. When
Yeah.
he was off screen, and I'm like cracking up. So much fun. I want to drink with all of them.
Okay,
yeah.
I can say we got to pace ourselves because it does.
Yeah, but I'm saying like not on this show, but maybe like we could hang out sometime and
hey, if you guys
some drinks.
if you guys want to hit the share anything, we're getting killed on Facebook tonight, but hit the like at least. Put the little hearts up there and stuff.
Right. I know, Adam. Yes. One of us, Gary. One of us.
Because I know on his podcast, I know he's toning it down, and he's still like it's fantastic. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm super gonna listen to him. Yeah.
And I listened to him for months.
Tune out the children.
I listened to him for a couple months, and then I saw a picture of him. I'm like, how is that voice coming out of that dude?
It's always when you.
But now that I'm
somebody,
talking to him, it feels right.
Yeah.
But I had a whole different face.
But when you first hear somebody and then you see them, it's always different because you have your own thing. We're bringing you back into the bar here. Dave made this bar.
What did you?
What are you doing?
Hold on. I was like, here's the secret. Here's the secret, guys. I leave the earbuds in.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking
here in the bathroom.
I'm thinking as he's walking. I'm like, oh, he had those fancy
wireless,
things in.
Yeah, those nice wireless earbuds. We're corded and connected.
So what did you think I was going to look like? What
I
did
have
you think?
no
what did you
idea.
picture?
I have no idea.
I feel that way though when every time.
Yeah,
I
you always
hear
build your
someone
own
on the
picture,
radio,
and then
I see them and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's not what I pictured. But then if you see them talking a lot, you get
now that I'm
like,
talking,
oh, that makes sense. But like just hearing someone on the radio,
more hair. What do you think? More hair? Is that what you pictured? Fatter? More hair and fatter?
Maybe, I don't know. Usually people who have a voice for radio have a face for radio. So that's a compliment.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm very flattered.
So yeah, I didn't expect.
I know it's not the first time I've heard that, to be honest. But I appreciate it. Yeah. So what else you guys want to talk about here? You got me. Like I said, I'm in for a full hour here with you guys.
Okay.
So.
All right. So what? Okay, I would like to know.
Oh wait, are we almost at an hour?
Yeah, we are. We're about 10 minutes away.
I'll give you more than that.
You just let us know whenever.
My
wife's gonna. I only have to curtail it because my wife gets very angry. when
Okay,
I go
and
too
we
far
do
too long,
not
drink
want
far too much.
your wife to be angry. So you tell us.
Because
Yeah.
here's the thing, it's early here.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll walk out after this at 8 o'clock. I'm like, ah!
Oh,
Just
no.
tackle her into the fucking TV stand,
I'm all fired up.
which is 10 o'clock fine. That's fine for 10 o'clock drunk.
Okay.
Not for
yeah.
8 o'clock drunk my time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, you let us know. Just say the word, but yeah, we're having a great time. As far as like music and stuff goes, like what's on? What do you listen to? You know, do you have any favorite songs? Are there any libertarian type songs that you feel like moved by?
Well, I'll give shout outs, just some libertarian musicians that I'm friends with and I like. JJ Boogie is awesome. If you follow him on Twitter, he was actually playing for the band that does Cult of Personality, Living Color. Right, he was playing with them for a while, which is awesome. I think he might still be, but I'm not 100% positive. He actually just wrote the new theme song for the Ron Paul Liberty Report. Awesome.
What?
So,
Dude,
yeah,
that's
he's a good
awesome.
man.
I wrote it down. JJ Boogie.
Yeah, Zach Kincaid is cool. He's a musician, but I mean, I wouldn't say that I
Bill loves
go out of my way. Oh, and of course, Eric July.
Yeah.
Eric
Oh,
July.
yes.
Oh, Living Color is amazing. But I wouldn't say, to be honest, that I go out of my way to seek out libertarian music, right?
No.
Yeah.
Just like I don't go out of my way to seek out libertarian movies or TV shows.
Sure,
And this
yeah.
is something I've gone off about is that, yeah, it's too on the nose so much, right? And if you're on the nose, people know they're being preached to. They know what the message is. It's fucking going to be rejected outright. So I like stuff that has libertarian themes, like Rick and Morty, for example, which is crazy. It's written by a fucking hyper leftist and another hyper leftist, but that show is one of the most libertarian shows you'll ever see in your fucking life.
It's
crazy. Right? They have a whole episode where they take down the government because it's based on fiat currency, based upon nothing. It's based on a guy who does what he wants. He's the ultimate anti-authoritarian, anti-government guy.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Does
I love
what
that
he
show.
wants.
So sorry, getting back to the music thing.
No,
No, that's
fine.
okay
Yeah.
because Dave wanted me to watch that show, and
It took a few episodes.
the first or second episode I was kind of playing on my phone. And then the third episode I was listening, but the third one I watched, and I was like, can we go back?
Just
to
like
the
my wife.
beginning? Like we go back to the beginning.
That's a wife thing. I swear to God.
But we usually find the same.
Not to be sexist, but
No, but Dave and I share a brain, and we usually find the same things funny, kind of deal. Like we have our differences.
Does that mean
but,
your children have how much of a brain each?
one,
Double, I think.
Well, okay, yeah.
If I'm doing my math right.
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense. You guys are terrible at
maths.
math. You have half a brain.
Half
And then
and
you have
two.
three
Half
children.
and half.
Okay, half, 1/4, 1/8. The last kid's got 1/8 of a brain.
I was no good
All
at
right, anyway.
multiplying fractions.
I'm not gonna. I like creative writing is where I come in to. That's what I like.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like.
So, sorry to get back to the music.
Yes.
For me, I don't seek out libertarian music. I like my favorite bands is like the Dandy Warhols. Huge Dandy Warhols fan. I like Beastie Boys quite a bit. I like TV on the radio. Talking Heads, huge Talking Heads fan. Hate Pink Floyd.
Ooh,
Hate Pink.
Okay. Oh.
bold statement.
I can tell. I knew it was going to be a fight.
Bold move,
I
Cotton.
I know. You know what? It's just depressing, man. It depresses me. All my memories of Pink Floyd are sitting around in a room with people doing nothing, listening to
Were
Pink
you
Floyd.
high?
Potheads. Yeah, potheads.
But were you
Inspiring
high
memories.
also? Because if you're
I
high
actually-
at the same time.
I can't get high from that drug. It makes me feel horrible. Like my body chemistry, for some
Yeah.
reason, I get heart palpitations. I just feel like shit, so I just can't do it. I've
Yeah.
tried so many
Yeah.
times. It seems great, right?
Yeah.
Who would want to do it?
Yeah.
I used to throw up every time I got high, like the first time. But I muscled through
That's
that.
what would happen with me if I had a couple beers. Yeah, to throw up.
But you muscle through it.
Yeah, and then I became a solid pothead for a while, and then I got a
Um,
job where I can't do that anymore, so now I just drink.
So do you? Okay, so it's sitting around, and I would agree though that sitting around with other people who are having like these like, oh man, like think about this.
It can kind of be annoying if
and
you're not in
yeah,
that
and you're just sitting
headspace.
there like sober.
It was
Like-
just boring and depressing. I'm like, this is fucking depressing. And yeah, it's not like mushrooms. I like mushrooms. I'll do those. You know, I've gone to
Yeah.
Pork Fest a few times. I'm not going this year, sadly, but
Oh,
Yeah, going staring at a fire, great, but I don't know. Pot. It's just Pink Floyd, sad, slow fucking music for the most part.
Yeah.
Ponderously long. I'm just not into it. I hate the Grateful Dead too. I'm just not into. I hate Fish too.
Oh my God.
I'm not into fucking hippie weed music.
I like.
No,
That's terrible. I don't like it.
That is though. I see hippie weed music. I see what you're saying.
I like Sublime doing Fish. That's fun.
Okay. Yeah.
I know they do a lot of
listened to
Fish
a whole lot
songs.
of Fish. You know.
Yeah, I couldn't name a Fish
Well,
song.
what do you guys listen to?
I'll let you go
I'm
first.
all over the place.
You know where your center is.
I know
Well, that's
where
what
my
you should
center
be,
is.
right? I mean, it's better than just be like, I only listen to country music.
I really love all music. It speaks to my soul. I know I sound like so cliche saying that, but I do. It makes me feel good.
Am I still on video? Turn my video off so I can roll my fucking eyes real hard.
Yeah, okay,
real
go
quick.
ahead. No, just turn around and do
Bring me
it. Just turn around and. But no, I do. I love it. I don't know. I love music, but I love 80s music.
80s pop.
80s pop.
Fuck yeah! I didn't.
yeah,
I didn't go into the '80s, but I'm a huge.
Yeah.
Like Cyndi
like the
Lauper.
Talking Heads, Tears for Fears.
Yes.
Oh
my
Tears
gosh.
For Fears
Oh
of
my
my
gosh,
ear holes.
yeah.
David Bowie.
We've used that on the
David
show.
Bowie.
All of it. I love everything.
Everybody
where we were just
wants to.
listening-
It wants to rule the
Poison.
You
Guns
are
N'
my
Roses.
boy, Clover.
Depeche Mode.
Love 'em.
Yeah, all anything
Mode's
really
good.
from the '80s. I think I love. I mean, I loved Whitney Houston. I'm sad about what happened to her. I loved Michael Jackson. I'm sad about his path. But you know, Bon Jovi, Poison. You know, all of that. Anything from the '80s. Put it in my ears. I love it a lot. But I do.
Totally. Can I address hold on? Let me address Carl real quick. Sorry,
Yeah, go for
now
it.
I'm reading the comments.
No, please read the comments because they're live.
Again, Carl's like, okay, well, yeah, but listen to Dark Side of the Moon played
We're
while
gonna
watching
do
Wizard
that.
of Oz.
We're gonna do that.
Great. Let me watch a movie that. Let me watch a movie
We're
that
gonna do
is
it, though.
Fine, but not that interesting, not that great, and play a shitty, slow crap soundtrack over top of it. Why? Why do I want to bore
We love
myself for
Carl.
2 solid hours?
I'm excited.
I'm not saying that Carl's not a great guy,
Carl's a great guy.
but his ideas are terrible.
No. I am actually excited about watching that because Wizard of Oz was one of my favorite
I've done
movies
it,
to
actually.
watch.
You've done
And
it?
you have done it. And I've gone to like Pink Floyd like laser
Trey.
shows like at what are those, the IMAX, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But see, I got real high. I smoked that weed, you know, and I got real stoned, and it was like, oh, this is amazing, you know, because I was.
That's the problem.
but
I'm not
so-
doing the right drugs for this stuff.
I want to watch that because I love that movie, and we watched a tiny bit of it, and it was like, holy shit, this is so weird.
It does
how
kind of
well
match up.
it
But
is
we were really
matched
drunk
up,
too, and I
yeah.
think it worked.
So maybe we just get really drunk because we don't. Yeah. Hi, Trey.
Like Trey comes in, first comment, not untrue.
But see, if you just get really drunk and listen to Pink Floyd and watch Wizard of Oz, you're gonna fall asleep.
Or you may kill
20
yourself.
minutes
Or I might
Or
not,
kill
though.
yourself, like the midget who hung himself on the tree in the Wizard
No.
of Oz.
I've tried to catch that.
Is that a
Somebody said
thing?
it was a bird. Yeah, it's a thing.
Wait, in the
I
movie?
heard it's a myth. but-
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah,
it's
they
myth.
say you can see a midget who hung himself
Like a
because I don't know,
shadow or
maybe he
something.
was cut from the lollipop kids. They're like, you're too old to be a lollipop kid. And he's
This
like,
is
"Yeah,
all I
these fucking
had."
Midgets. They're like 60.
Now, what about those things with like Bruce Lee and he died? Did he die on what happened? And then his
Yeah, he got
his
shot by a
son-
real bullet. It was supposed to be a blank.
Brandon Lee got
Oh,
shot.
okay.
Bruce
Oh,
Lee-
Brandon Lee did, right.
Bruce Lee
Okay.
died of mysterious causes because
Okay.
he was too dangerous.
Right, and then Brandon Lee got shot on the set.
Sounds like hooker inspired syphilis to me. That's probably what took him out. And then Shelby's like, all right, we gotta tell people Bruce Lee died in some cool fucking way. We can't say that STDs killed him. So
It's,
We're
what,
just
fighting
watching
dragons? Can we make dragons real?
that drug
Can
is
we
dead.
make dragons?
He's
real?
fighting a dragon.
We just watched that drug history about Al
That's why-
Capone.
that's
Oh.
a-
And,
You have
do
pus
ever-
coming out of your dick. What are you gonna do about it? I'm not gonna think about it.
Do you ever watch the drug history from Comedy Central? Yeah. They did a thing on Al
Yeah.
Capone, yeah, and it was like, he had syphilis. And then he's like sitting there fishing in
Fishing
his
his
pool, you know, because it ate away his brain. Yeah, that's a weird thing. I want to ask, okay, so Dave recently, he went camping with our oldest for scouts and stuff. He got a tick.
Yeah.
Right? He got a tick.
You got a deer tick.
Deer tick. We just found out they could tell.
Is that what they call hookers out in the woods?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why it's like that.
That's why. Oh.
It's the deer tick did it.
Do you guys have?
I know my dick looks all swollen and chafed, but that's tick bites, baby.
That's Lyme.
I know it smells funny, but
And,
that is a deer tick.
I think, that's Lyme disease. Exactly.
That's what Lyme is. Do you guys have ticks out there? Do you go out into the woods or whatever wooded area you guys have? And are you nervous about that at all?
This is exactly the hardcore liberty-centric conversation I expected.
Right? Absolutely. This is us.
Yeah, we have ticks.
Yeah.
We have a shitload of ticks.
Do you get
I
nervous?
remember one time we walked my dog. About ticks? No, I don't get nervous about that. I have fucking the Fed to worry about. What am I worried about goddamn ticks? I'm not worried about ticks.
It's a big thing around here.
Around here, well, I feel like
Since
the,
I'm worried about Kandiru fish if I go swimming in the Amazon and pee. I'm not worried about fucking
go in
ticks.
your-
Ticks don't crawl up your dick
is that
hole.
the pee-pee
Yeah, they go-
snake?
yeah.
Yeah, it's the pee-pee fish. Goes right up your
Okay.
neck. No, I'm not worried about ticks. I only worry about ticks for my dogs because in October is tick season. And we took the dogs for a walk one time, and the dog had 30 goddamn ticks on it. Easily.
Oh my gosh.
And we had 10 ticks on us.
Wow.
And I twisted my ankle. Horrible.
That sounds like a
So,
bad walk.
no, I'm not worried about ticks.
I
Hot
am.
TikTok. You guys should rename this. You should rename your TikTok channel from Liberty Memes should just be called TikTok.
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 And talk about
Follow us on
ticks.
TikTok for TikTok. TikTok on TikTok.
Tick-
We're talking ticks on
30
TikTok
seconds
again.
on TikTok.
I have to ask you, I have not been on TikTok and seen what you've been doing there. What's your angle for TikTok?
It's just TikTok is literally short attention span theater.
Yes.
I go on there. I get a shocking amount of views for just saying obvious dumb shit. Like I did something about Fauci, just being full of shit and lying to the American populace. 1,500 views. It's amazing how many people see your shit, but it's only 30 seconds long, right?
Yeah.
So
They
it just
want
seems like
that
something
short
that
attention
needs
span.
to be
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So I go on and make a quick quip about something. I'll make a little joke, and then that's it. So it's a 30-second about current events shit. Like I hate to plug my own stuff, but hey,
Plug
while
it.
I'm on here.
Yes.
I do a show called Good Morning Fuckheads, or Good Morning Fuckhead, which is a daily rant.
And all your friends are afraid to say it.
Obviously, I have a lot of respect for my listeners. Yeah.
I love it.
But it's called Good Morning Fuckhead, and I choose a topic and I do a 5 to 10 minute rant on it every day, right, for our Patreon people. So, in that vein, I'll do a 30-second version sometimes for TikTok.
Okay.
And anything, current events, just whatever's top of mind.
Yeah. Now, as far as being in California and the whole COVID thing, and you guys I feel like
I can't stop
got-
talking about TikTok though. I
I'm
had stuff
sorry.
like
I know.
because
Okay,
TikTok's
go ahead.
really good at zeroing in on what you like
I
based on
wanted
what
to-
you're looking at.
Okay.
And
That's
so
fine. Go
like
ahead.
I gotta follow you
Well,
because
that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. You can get a lot of good work done on TikTok. Honestly, like a lot of people are on there searching for COVID shit, searching for libertarian shit. I mean, you guys should get on it. Honestly.
we're on it and we see a lot. And like on my profile,
We've just
like I
watched.
said, it zeroes in, so all mine's big anime titties.
And Dave, the one day I hadn't watched TikTok for a while.
Yeah,
and I was
buddy,
like,
I'm into that.
Dave's like,
go.
"Oops, I watched a thick
Hentai.
girl
Oh, yeah.
too
I went off.
long."
I watched a thick girl TikTok too long, and now this is where we're going.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, where's all the musicians and comedians?
It was
thick
all
girls.
musicians before. TikTok took a turn.
Well, remember Tumblr? Like Tumblr was a platform
Yes.
that was really interesting because it was a ton of art, right? And I joined Tumblr and I was like, oh wow, this is so neat. There's art and music and stuff. And then I was like, oh, and a lot of porn. Oh, a lot of weird porn. Oh, a lot of weird, really weird, dirty porn.
Wow, it
And
just
I was
keeps
like,
coming.
I'm all the way into this. And then the assholes, I can't remember what company it was, some fucking big company like Viacom bought Tumblr and was like, well, because there were 2 pedophile videos, not to say that pedophile videos are okay, they're not, but they're like, no more porn at all. And what do you think happened to the user base?
Oh.
Went from like 92
Yeah.
million to like 10 million.
It's like,
good
fine, I'm going to
investment,
Twitter.
Idiots.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Or anywhere else.
Yeah, anywhere
Yeah,
else.
anywhere
OnlyFans,
else.
whatever it was. Like, idiots.
I did not know that about Tumblr.
I always thought it was just blogs.
Oh yeah.
I did. I mean, I
And then
had
they woke it up.
I mean, I was one of those people who I was like
Yeah,
having
that's
a blog, but it was just fun for like me to share with friends. and
Mostly
stuff.
videos. I don't know.
Never
I
saw
know
a
you
video.
guys are my age, but you seem 10, 15 years older.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
We didn't keep up.
Thank you. We are late to the game on everything.
Yeah.
We're always like, hey, did you all hear this new song? And they're like, I listened to this in high school. I'm like,
So yeah, I was always ahead on tech and behind on society.
yeah, no.
Like I was putting
I'm
my
behind
computer
all
on the
of it.
TV
I mean,
before
it-
it was feasible.
You were. Dave had the
Whoa!
idea. Yeah.
Hey!
I
Again,
invented
where your paper
Netflix.
towels at? Did you use the
Back
paper towels
in the
again?
day. Where's the paper towels?
That's
should be on
right.
my
Sop
side.
it up, baby. Where do you cast now, Dave? What new and adventurous places can you get your computer to play now to keep your wife
Oh,
satisfied and
yes.
juicing
No,
up?
I drew the
It
line,
was-
and now I'm that old guy that doesn't embrace any kind of new tech. Like
Oh,
I
you
stopped
do,
right
though.
before I stopped right before Fire Sticks or something
Fair
like
enough.
that. Like I don't do
know.
that.
What's
Like
a Fire Stick.
it's basically what I do is I buy a computer and I plug
But
it
then
into my
people
TV
say, like,
and
do you
then
want to jailbreak it? And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Like, what does that even mean? Like,
Oh, I agree. No jailbreaking. That's
Yeah.
a huge pain in the ass. Like I have a bunch of techie friends from college, and they're like, "Oh, I could give you the server. You download all
Yeah.
this movies and all this shit. You install it on your Roku." And I'm like, "You
Yeah.
lost me at install on my Roku. I don't
Yeah.
fucking have the time. I don't
so
fucking
what
care.
is
I'll
your-
pay for it. I make money. I'll pay for it. I don't
paying
fucking
for
care.
it.
What's my time worth?"
that's where I learned the phrase
That's
bricking your
exactly-
phone.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean bricking your phone? Oh, you turn it into a brick. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I ain't gonna play with that.
Right, yeah,
What do
exactly.
you have then as far as, for watching stuff like the Roku's? I say the before stuff because it's.
I have everything.
Do you have Netflix?
I
and Hulu and
shouldn't.
all that?
I have it all. My wife likes the main cable channels like the Bravos and Phil. And also for the boring podcast, we do 90 Day Fiance. I don't know if you ever watched that show.
Oh
hilarious.
my gosh.
We are for some reason in a reality
See?
TV chat group.
We are, but also.
Look, there's
PewDiePie
no
said
for some
so.
reason.
Yeah.
90 Day Fiance is insane. If you've watched it, if anybody has ever watched it, you know why. It's fucking insane and full of assholes, and it's
I've
awesome.
only ever watched the.
Did PewDiePie cover that guy?
PewDiePie covered that guy, but the guy with the black hair and he's like
Really
big, fat guy,
weird
and he's
shaped
like,
dude.
Yeah, and he's like, you should go shave your legs.
Oh, Big Ed?
'cause- Big,
Probably.
okay, yes,
little midget
yeah.
Big Ed.
Yeah. Where he wakes up in the bed. Like, it's a huge meme where he wakes up, and he's like,
In the bed.
when are you gonna be here?
And he wanted his girl tested for STDs.
You guys, if you watch reality TV, he's like, hey, get it tested for STDs. Also,
Yeah.
can you shave your legs? See, you guys aren't
What?
watching. You're missing so much gold.
I only saw
90 Day
one on
Fiance is
PewDiePie.
great.
Is it really?
Summer House, great. Watch that show too.
You have to
Okay.
dust
Below
off the
Deck,
cable
watch
box.
that show.
All right. Oh, hi, Courtney.
I know. Well, that's the thing. That's why I have cable though, because we
Okay.
do recaps and reviews of some of those shows right on the Boring Podcast. But also, my wife watches all those shows, and if you watch them on the apps, which you can, it's 8 commercials every 6 minutes, the same 8 commercials.
Oh, no,
So it's
I
just a
hate
way to
that.
drive yourself slowly fucking
Yes,
insane.
slowly
yeah,
insane.
There's no point.
You remember old
So-
school Hulu where it was like
Yeah, I got Netflix
with
and Roku
limited
and all that
commercial
other crap.
interruption.
Yeah. What are your go-tos then?
Yeah.
Like, what have you binged recently? And did you watch Tiger King during COVID? Because I feel like that was what brought
That's
us
what brought us all
together.
together.
Oh,
Before the woke left separated us all again.
Yeah. Tiger King.
Tiger
Helped
King
us.
was unbelievable, awesome. Loved every second of it. Still love every second of it. Rest in peace. What's the guy's name? What's the Tiger King's name? His husband just left him.
Oh,
Oh my
there's still
gosh.
stuff going on?
Did it? Oh, really?
He
Just,
just left
him?
him. He divorced him.
Oh no, I can't think of his name.
So too bad. And apparently Tiger King has cancer. Too bad.
Wow.
But anyway,
Oh my God.
I have
and
not
Jeff
been
Lowe,
keeping
the guy that stole his empire, just got all his tigers seized by the government.
Oh, gosh, they need another series.
Wow. I feel like they should do
No
another
shit.
documentary.
I hope they're fucking filming it. So, my go-tos, what do I binge? I'm watching Doom Patrol right now, which is interesting. That's on HBO Max.
Okay.
Oh, we have that because of a friend.
What the fuck do I watch? I don't even goddamn. Honestly, here's the problem. When I've got this young kid. You guys have 3 kids.
Yes.
Oh,
When
yeah.
the kid's young, your time, you're waking up early every day. I'm up at 6 a.m. The kid goes to bed. We eat dinner. We throw the kid to bed, and then we sit down and we're just like, ugh. So typically we watch new reality TV or rewatch old shit that I don't have to think about. And that's what I've been doing mostly is rewatching old shit because I just don't have the time to get invested into it because I know I'll never fucking get back to it.
Yeah.
I take a lot of naps and watch Star Trek The Next Generation.
Oh, nice. I love naps also.
And original Star Trek. Fantastic shows.
I used to watch Star Trek with my dad a lot.
So you got nostalgia there.
But when we had just one kid, we would just watch Office. He was like 3. And so you and I would just watch The Office over and over again on Netflix. Like, we love this show. Yeah, and he's 3,
literally
so
on
he
television.
wasn't like absorbing any of it. Yeah. Oh, The Walking Dead. Have you?
Well, it's
watched
like The Office is on. Fuck off! Your commenters are pissing me off.
Oh no, I'm
yes,
sorry.
I watched The Walking Dead for the first. No, this is good content. So I'm gonna rip into you, Courtney. Courtney.
Oh, no, Courtney. She's my friend and lives right
Courtney
down
and
the road
Lynn.
Courtney.
Good, but you can walk her over a fucking fruit basket after I rip her ass apart right now.
Courtney.
No, Walking Dead.
Hi, Jack.
Walking Dead. I watched the first few seasons, right? I watched probably up until season 5 or 6. It started off fine, right? Okay, cool. Oh my God, a little girl got shot in the face. Okay, they can shield themselves in zombie stink and get around. It was fine. Started off interesting, right? Then came the season where they lost a little girl in the woods, right? Oh, we lost a little girl. Why don't we sit at a fucking farm for 10 fucking episodes doing nothing and looking for this little girl who's clearly dead? She's lost in a zombie apocalypse. She's dead, morons. I'm sorry, she's fucking dead. Give up and move on with your lives, you assholes.
With your lives.
And after that, I couldn't. It was stupid. I can't watch it. It's the same thing. Hey, zombies. Oh, we found a safe place. Uh-oh. Other people want the safe place. Fight, fight, fight. Oh, no, zombies. Now we have to find another place. Hey, a safe place. Oh, no, other people want the safe place. Oh, zombies. It's fucking rinse, repeat. It's boring as shit. It's fucking boring. I'm sorry. It sucks. It's not a good show.
I don't think I got through like 2
From
episodes.
this moment right now, I have so many questions. There's so many things I want to like.
I'll let Mary go.
It's like the chicken foot, like it's like. Do you think we're gonna have? Do you believe in zombies or any kind of like?
Is this where this is heading?
No.
Okay.
As long as Fauci keeps
Aliens.
funding.
Do you say do I believe in zombies or Jesus?
No. Yeah, well.
Kind of the
I
same
believe in
thing.
Jesus.
One of the same. Same thing.
Do you?
Same thing.
Do you think there's going to be any kind of like crazy?
That's it. If
apocalypse
Fauci
moment
keeps
here?
funding these gain of functions, we might get there.
we might have zombies. I mean, people eat those bath salts, right? I mean, don't they eat people's faces? So, like...
Yeah. We're still not used to it. I'm getting better at pointing at comments.
He's right.
Yeah, that's me.
So, do you have any...
If there's a fucking pandemic coming, it's gonna be man-made. This one clearly wasn't. I was actually talking to I do public relations for a living, and I have a client that works within the biodefense space, right?
Really?
He is basically on board with the fact that we were talking about this. The COVID virus was an economic weapon of war. That's what it was. It wasn't enough to cause mass deaths, really, and the death rate right now has been inflated beyond what it should be. It was an economic weapon of war. If you looked at what China did, they locked down early, right? They showed everyone what to do. Oh, we're locking down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Weld
crazy.
the
Watch
doors
out.
shut.
People into their houses.
Weld the doors shut. Then what? Who was the first city open back up, wide open? Everybody's walking around having festivals. Wuhan, right?
Yeah.
They know this thing isn't that dead. They know it's not. It's an economic weapon of warfare, and it allowed China to allow us to decouple from them. Their economy's been going nonstop, where ours has been shut down. All these other nations have been shut down. It was, look, if we're being completely unmoral or immoral how you go about things, then the Chinese don't view biological weapons as an immoral act of war, especially when they don't really have that much deadliness to them. It's not like Ebola. Yeah. What a fucking genius move, right?
Wow.
I thought it was really
economic aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what is.
I thought it was really nice that they made it so it didn't attack kids. I thought that was really.
That was kind of them. Well, because China's got that you can only have one kid limit, so it better not.
That might hurt us.
So we were at my parents' house today, and they're older. My folks, my mom's 75, my dad's 68. They have their own health issues, so they have gotten vaccinated. And
as of my parents.
Yeah, something came up about about COVID.
Oh, because somebody where I work with.
Yeah. Oh, because somebody that Dave works with today
somehow found it. It's like gone now, and he somehow found it.
So the guy that he works with got sent home today, and a bunch of other people who were near him today got sent home today. So we mentioned it to my parents, and my middle kid was like, "Well, that's how." Like,
yeah, I don't know where he got that, but he got it from us,
but
obviously.
He said about like how it was created. You know, my mom's like, well, God made, you know, and I'm like, God didn't make this. This is not
China.
This is all China. China made this. Fauci.
But it's funny. I didn't know that our
China
7-year-old.
made the virus.
I don't know how our 7-year-old picked that up because I don't remember saying anything.
We say a lot of things.
But he picked that up, and then in front of your mom, who's like CNN.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, well, honey, God made the virus the way, you know, so it didn't hurt the children. And I'm like, God made the virus? I really don't think so. But yeah. I don't want to fight her because
that's the way that's the way God's designed viruses throughout history is that they don't hurt children.
It killed me. I'm just like, I want to say something, but
I'm so proud of him.
I know.
I'm so like, proud of him when he said that.
I know. They say shit, like, because they hear us say stuff, and I probably
say I ask her to tone it down. I'm like, we don't need our kids on a list this early.
How old? Okay, so you have a child. How old? Because we have a 12, 8, and 6.5-year-old, and I say too much probably in front of them. So do you ever have to, like,
So my daughter is, I don't do the months counting things. I think it's obnoxious. So she's a year and a half. That's all my daughter's.
He's 136 months.
482 months
so fucking
old.
annoying. I'm like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. She's a year and a half.
How many months I am. I'm going to find out how many months old I am. And when people say, how old are you? I'm going to be like, 624.
Like, oh, wow. Yeah. You're so advanced for your months.
Yes.
No, she's a year and a half. I need to start worrying about what I say because she's picking up a lot of words very quickly now.
Yes.
And any day now she's gonna be like, "Fuck you, fuck the state," you know. So I can't go down there.
But your heart feels so
fine.
good when they say it, but you're just like, I can't laugh at that in front of you. But like,
especially when your kid's in Cub Scouts and he's talking about sky cloth, and I'm like, are you gonna?
Yeah, the sky cloth.
All right. By the way, I gotta. Okay, now I really do. I'm gonna call it 5 minutes. So what's?
Thank you.
What? One more thing. One more topic that I could talk about. Then I'll go out so my wife doesn't hate me.
We always end on food. Like, we're big foodies. So can you tell us about the food that you like or hate or make at home or go out?
Or your death row meal.
Or death row meal. Yeah, anything about food. We love food.
Okay, so I'll share this. 2 fun facts. I was a cook for many years in college and before college, right?
Really?
So I have a good appreciation for
That's how we met.
the work. I wasn't always this illustrious intellectual. I was a cook. So yeah, no, I was a line chef for 5 years at predominantly at country clubs, right? So cook. So I had a good appreciation for food and what goes into it. And then in college at Penn State, I got arrested along with my buddy Rico, who's on the Lions of Liberty podcast and the Boring podcast, for rioting.
Rioting?
What?
Nope, for rioting. It was dumb, and it probably led to my hatred of the state and knowing that government lies. So Penn State never gets into the NCAA tournament, right? The one time they did, actually, COVID killed the one time they have since I was in college. Oh. They would have made it this year or last year, and COVID wiped it out. Which probably stopped me from rioting, so that's good.
Yes.
So anyway, there's I just realized there's a big delay here, so I apologize, guys. I'm probably talking over you all the time.
No, it looks beautiful on our end.
So, okay, cool. So in college, we're out drinking. We're super hammered. This bar called the Dark Horse, where they have these pint glasses full of hard liquor. It's fucking huge. Some slammed, Penn State loses, and there's a bunch of people, we lost, and they're rioting. Like, you know, tipping shit and, and I'm an asshole.
Fuck this
I'm still an
trash
asshole,
can.
but I was more of an asshole then, right?
Yeah.
So I go out and I'm shaking a lamppost, and then I'm like, as drunk as I was, I'm like, if this falls, it's gonna fucking hit someone, kill someone. Like, what if I'm?
Wow.
This is a horrible. I'm not gonna do this. So I start walking away, right? Realizing how stupid this is. I'm gonna hurt somebody. Non-aggression principle.
Yes.
So I walk away, and a guy grabs me from behind, and it's a cop, and I'm like, ugh. Okay. So we start walking. He's grabbing me, and I'm like, dude, let's just fucking go. Like, I know I'm not going to go to jail. This is like, I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't do it. It's going to be a ticket, right? So I'm like, just fucking walk. I'm not going to run away from you. I could have easily outrun him. I was just like, so I walk with this guy. He's 25 years older than me. I walk with this asshole all the way to the processing thing, 3 blocks away. I get my process, I get my ticket, and I'm like, okay, fine, that's the end of it. All right, goodbye. Good night, officer. Go home. Penn State decides they want to make examples of everybody on campus that took part in the riot, right? So they call me and they have a tribunal, and this asshole fucking cop comes in and tells a story that he had to rip me off the lamppost and that I was ornery and aggressive. And I'm like, I was sitting there in the thing. I was like, you're a fucking liar. I was like, you are a fucking liar. I walk with you, you piece of shit. Fuck you. So this guy lied, got me suspended for a semester.
Can they lie? They can lie all the time.
They lie all the time. So this motherfucker lied me into a suspension. And I worked at Hooters for a semester. I got offered, I actually worked there for a year because it was fun as fuck. Look, I may not be the best guy to look at, but if you're trapped with me for 8 hours a day, I'm going to talk myself into your head, ladies.
Oh!
So I got my wife. No, she didn't work at Hooters. Anyway, so I cooked the Hooters too. So that's a long way to get to the food I like.
It's a fun story, though.
It's
a fun
a great
ride.
story, yeah.
I love it. It's a funny story. So I love a good steak. The steak's a huge thing. I love a good steak. I am a huge sushi fan. I'm a big fan of Asian cuisine in general, actually. I like Asian cuisine. My ex was Chinese. I speak a little Chinese, and I went over there. I went to China for a couple weeks.
Wow.
Really love Chinese cuisine. Hate their politics, love their cuisine.
Yeah.
So, my death row meal, I don't know. It would still probably be a fucking fantastic steak, some tuna belly or salmon belly sushi, and a meal that I've not been able to find anywhere this side of China, which is a beef that was like the beef knee or something that was braised for so long that all the cartilage around the kneecap between the joints melted and was this salty, just unctuous deliciousness.
Wow.
You can't imagine. I don't know how long they cooked it for. So there you go. Those are my meals.
Now
I also love Cheez-It Snap, those new little thin crackers. A fucking bag. It's hard.
Just have those on the side.
Now is normal American Chinese
so
food
good.
like the Olive Garden of Chinese food? Like,
is Chinese
dog
food
shit.
here?
Absolute dog shit.
because I love it, but I can
it's
understand.
so much better over there.
You-
I also like Olive Gardens.
You can't imagine. Well, not to shit on Olive Garden. No, Japanese food. My wife and I went to Japan for our honeymoon. That food is pretty similar to what you get here. It's pretty authentic. Chinese food, nothing
Really?
similar. It's a different world, and it's a million times better. And I like Chinese food before. It's a million times better. And your money goes a long way there. I recommend you go there. Trust me, they're super capitalists. You'll be left alone.
Yeah.
Unless look, Biden warfare might break out. Apparently, he advised his Asia person to break off contact. But if you could go there, it's cheap, it's delicious. They love Americans, and I had a great time.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's why I always wondered, because they come here and they cook like our Chinese food, and I'm like, this can't be what they're eating. This isn't what they're making for themselves.
No,
but it's
Still tasty,
gooey.
though.
Yeah, goo covered fried meat.
Oh,
yeah,
that sounds so good.
Who can blame them? Like, you know what? I bet Americans will like goo fried. covered meat or delicious
Americans
rice.
love
Ooh.
their
Yeah.
condiments.
Put more
They
sugar
love
in it.
And they're fucking right. They're fucking right.
More sugar.
All right, I got to peace out.
Okay, yeah.
I got to
Yes,
peace out,
thank
guys.
you. Can you?
Thank
can
you.
You do a-
This has been awesome. Thank you so much for
we'll
having
do
me.
it.
Do you,
We'll do it.
Okay, we're gonna tell everyone where to find you then. Because
Oh no,
you
I
gotta
could
go.
I could stay that
Yeah.
long.
Okay,
I mean, I don't have
yeah,
to leave
do
this second.
that, yeah.
I'm looking at the minutes ticking. As I'm
Yeah.
getting drunker, I know that I'm going to enter the time warp.
Yeah, the
I-
time warp.
can be ever
I
certain
know.
level.
I mean,
Where I'll
It's
look
1
down
o'clock.
again, and it'll be like, oh, yeah, exactly.
I'm in
That's
that
what's
right
fucking
now.
going to happen. So I got.
Thank you for the
gotta
extra
be
time.
smart.
Thank you for giving us extra time. Tell everyone where they can find
It was
you.
a joy. I'd like to keep talking. I just know I'm going to get fucking yelled at. Man. Stop.
It's okay. I get it.
know what
am
you
not
mean.
that
No,
person,
I get
Dave.
it. No.
Come back anytime you want to. Tell everyone where they can find you, and please come back anytime. You're welcome here always.
Thank you. I will. I'm found at. You can find me on Twitter at Brian with an I McWilliams at Lions of Liberty. Our podcast, which is not sized up correctly, is the Lions of Liberty podcast.
Be me.
And my show is specifically Wednesday's Electric Liberty Land show. Also, don't forget to please subscribe and listen to the Boring podcast. That's our comedy podcast. Oh, you can't zoom in and make
Yeah.
it work.
I
did this,
thought it was
it's just
me.
fucked up. I couldn't find the right file. No, it's not. I couldn't find the right file. It's a file. It's a square instead of a fucking rectangle. I can't find the right one, so fuck it. But yeah, the Boring podcast, guys. It's hilarious. You're gonna love it. And yeah, that's it. If you want to hear our bonus shit, go to patreon.com/Lions of Liberty for my daily rants,
yeah.
for Do Nothing Man episodes, which you get to talk about, which is my libertarian superhero, and a lot of other good shit, conspiracy shit, and everything else.
I
So
love
you guys
it.
are awesome. I appreciate what you guys are doing.
You
I'll
are
definitely have to
awesome.
have you on for a like I said, a libertarian and living room drinking liquor show as well.
yeah.
We'll do it up again.
Yeah.
Please, that would be so much
We'll teach you
fun.
kids how to drink.
I'm Irish, you know.
He won the beer drinking competition.
I know. I'd probably
You
die.
think? Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Fuck you. You know, I fucking won a case race recently.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw it.
Don't
No.
you fucking even dare.
I would die. I would
All
die. I would
I'm out.
die.
Don't dare.
Die for the
You guys
the
are
cause.
great. Thank you.
For
Thank
the
you to all
cause.
your audience and
Thank
your
you.
and your commenters. Walking Dead sucks. Tell your neighbor. All right.
All right,
We
good night,
enjoyed
man.
this. Thank you so much, Brian. That was so much fun. Oh my gosh. Dude, could you imagine hanging out?
That'd be dangerous. That'd be downright dangerous.
Oh my gosh. Wait, what kind of beer are we drinking? What
He-
kind of
He was drinking normal beers, but he drank like
Okay.
over a case by himself. And
I would not
I
make
watched.
it.
I saw his strategy. Like he was keeping kind of neck and neck, and at the end, I think he busted out a funnel.
a funnel? A fucking funnel. Can he come back on? Brian, can you come back on?
I don't know if he's still watching.
Not right now, obviously, but another time. He gave us extra time.
Yeah,
That
was awesome.
super nice.
And it was
He
neat
wanted to
because
just do an
when
hour
he
and
did his
then-
little outro spiel there, it's like that's what he does on his podcast. And I'm like,
Yes,
he's doing it on my show.
Yeah.
I love that shit. Like we have
Aw.
this show here, and then I get to be like, I like this guy. Let's hang out with him in real life. It's so neat.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh, it'd be so much fun.
So yeah,
Carl,
if you
I
do
would end up in
podcasts,
jail.
if you don't, just look it up on YouTube because they got some videos on there and stuff. You can check out like them hanging out. They do
That's
those
so
drinking things on YouTube.
Yeah,
That was fun.
that was so
Like
much
right
fun.
off the bat, man, that guy was on fire. That's great.
Right? Like, seriously. I asked for a paper towel and you guys didn't hear this comment, but
Right off the bat.
so much fun.
I don't know if I warned you enough, but I think I told you like this guy's. I think he's dialing it back for his own podcast, but he's still like.
He can dial it up. For our, it's just Liberty
He
Late
did,
Night.
yeah, he
You
did.
know,
He did
like,
great.
yeah, don't dial it down for us.
What's up,
For our
guys?
people. Yeah,
Hello,
they
chat.
love
So-
this shit. Our
sorry-
chat loves this.
Sorry if we neglected you.
I was pointing
We
to
try.
things.
We try
I was
to-
trying to point to things. It's
And
hard.
I
It's really
love when the
hard.
guest reads the comments and says your guys' names. That's
But
always
seriously, the Chinese food.
fun. Yeah.
But I
Imagine
want
just
Thai
being like, yeah.
from another place. I want to try it from a different place now.
All right.
By your work. It's on.
Oh.
It's sort of on your way home. It's
But
on-
are you going to
it's
get the
on-
same kind of tie?
Yes. But I want to try it from a different place.
36
How
hours
good
Superman
are you all
marathon.
with chopsticks? How good is everybody with chopsticks?
I love that there's a culture millions of years old and they're still eating with fucking twigs when forks exist.
I love eating with chopsticks.
Forks exist.
I know, but I
Quit
love,
being so
I don't-
stubborn.
It's not
Not
stubborn.
you,
it's
them.
Just fun. It's exciting. But no, they're fine with it. They're good with it. Do you
Hello,
ever
Jackson.
watch them eat? They fucking
Yeah,
eat.
when they're eating the rice, they just shovel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen. I saw Jackie Chan do
They've
it.
mastered it, but yeah. The Oracle predicted a self-aware guest who would read the comments.
We've had a couple. I love when we John McAfee was on. He was reading comments.
Oracle. That just makes me laugh.
Yeah, he was fun. And like I said, like I got those headphones for work, and now I listen to like 6 hours of podcasts a day. But I'm like, it's like I have so many podcasts now. Like I can't add another one because I'm so anal retentive that I have to listen to all of them.
Yeah.
And right now I'm 2 days behind. But because I'm working the weekend, I'm going to be okay because they stop posting on the weekend, so I can catch up.
I think I'm gonna put him in my ears and just not care what the kids say for like an hour. For like an hour.
Call it your cleaning
Like,
time.
tell
Walk
the
around the
kids,
house.
like, unless you're bleeding or
Yeah.
the house is on fire and I can't hear it.
No,
or
and
find-
because they'll
you know,
do things
smell
at
it.
you, and then you're just like,
Yeah.
you're not going to die.
I don't even want to have to do this. I don't want. Don't even come near me.
But you can't,
Just
'cause,
allow me to, because I need to be in the zone, and when I'm in the
No,
zone,
you have
same
to,
as
yeah.
reading a book. I can't. I've tried to open books and read, and they're just, yeah.
Because I'll listen to podcasts, and normally I won't touch my phone. And
too
then,
hard.
like, I'll have to check something on Facebook, and I'm listening to a podcast. And as soon as I start reading the first word, what's going in my ear is gone. And now I have this internal
Yeah.
monologue of what I'm reading.
Yeah. Oops.
No, Adam,
So-
I feel like I'm
so-
on the Matrix, man. I got these podcasts in my ear all day. I'm, like, uplinked, and I'm learning all this stuff, and I forget it immediately, and I don't know how to talk about it. But every once in a while, I'm like, oh, yeah, I know about that.
Yeah.
I know about that. Ron Paul told me about that.
I'm gonna rewatch this one just for quotes. I feel like
Yeah.
we should make fucking t-shirts.
There should be a lot of
there-
t-shirts made from a lot of
it
memes
was
made from this.
So great, yeah. Like,
We're gonna go out in the woods, and build that shining city. On.
yeah, yep. So Dave's tick results came back for anybody who didn't hear. But
if you're keeping up with this
You're
story,
keeping it- he's and Brian's not scared of ticks, but I'm like fucking Lyme.
and I really
Lyme
want to
is
get to the
nothing.
bottom of it because I swear I heard somewhere that the government created Lyme disease, and that's why ticks are a thing now.
But your tick did not test positive for Lyme.
No, it
tested
tested positive for something
for,
else, syphilis, right?
No, not
It was from a
syphilis.
tick.
It was it was something
I got
that is
syphilis
actually
from
like
a tick.
I have to look it up because I can't.
We
think.
forgot to play Adam's button. Oh, we don't have a button for Adam yet. We need to make
a
a button
for
for Adam.
Adam needs a button.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that Adam button. Yet.
So Dave had a nymph.
Any tick
tick
picks? Mary
on
has a tick
him.
pick.
It was a nymph. So it was a tiny,
A
small,
nympho.
smaller,
Nympho tick.
No, listen, not a nympho tick, but a nymph tick that
Does
was
that exist?
smaller than like if you put take a pen and make a dot on a piece of paper, it's smaller than that. That's how small it was. And so,
The only reason we can see it because it's chock full of my blood.
well, yeah, because it started to feed on Dave. It was on him. They were able to tell how long, 37 hours. So it was semi-engorged.
Semi-engorged.
Semi-engorged, yeah.
That was my nickname in high school.
Anaplasmosis.
Okay, Google that. I need WebMD in the chat.
Anaplasmosis. No, you're fine because you're on the antibiotic. So, but
So that's why I
ticks-
say we ask people, is it a big problem? Like, yeah, we get ticks where there's the thing, and I'm like,
you gotta
but in
keep-
PA, it's like if you say I found a tick on me, they're like, take drugs now.
Yeah.
Like we don't know what's going on, but just take the drugs now, because it's that like
But,
it's
yeah.
so crazy around here.
And also,
Because I think the government released Lyme disease like right over the lake or something.
well, wasn't there? I swear, Brett talked about it. I think.
That's why I'm saying
It
I
was
think it's a thing.
that where people heard I mean I know it sounds super conspiracy, but
I like
that
wild
they-
speculation.
that they rained down ticks
The entire
over certain
show.
areas where people actually heard like it was raining, but it was actually ticks.
It's raining ticks. Hallelujah.
It's raining.
Read Jack's
ticks.
comment
Yeah.
there. That's pretty funny.
You guys need to make a button that plays the entire Shrek movie.
That would be.
Hilarious, yeah. Oh, look at that.
Clap for that, you stupid bastard.
$3,800 a month in drugs for
Yeah.
a tick bite. Yeah.
Yeah, Lyme ain't no joke, and that's why we freak out.
Joke. It's no joke. Yep.
Yeah, not good. That's everybody
Yes,
freaks out. When I
yeah.
got it, I'm kind of
Thank you so
freaking out laying there. Mary's like, "What's that on the back of your leg?" I'm freaking out. But I'm like, everybody else is kind of freaking out because Mary's a little bit freaking out because of our culture here.
Well, yeah, I'm just like, let me look at it.
And the kids-
I put the magnifying glass, and
The
I'm
kids
just
were
like,
feeding on it, and they're like, "We should be freaking out because you're not freaking out, but inside you're kind of freaking out, and inside I'm kind of freaking out."
Inside, I'm just like, fucking shit. So I messaged
David's
my
an
friend,
invalid for the rest
yeah.
of his life.
And the kid's like, what's the matter? I'm like, well, listen, Dad, he's just going to get on medicine. It's going to be fine. He's got a tick. It's okay. And they're just like, But now I'm like, do I need to fucking... That bitch was tiny when it got on you.
But she was
Now
a big
feel
fatty.
like- but then he was a fat, so I feel like...
Yeah, it does.
It
Attacks your
fucks
central nervous system,
Yeah.
your joints. It's
People
all.
living with Lyme's is not a joke. It's not a joke. Mhm.
So thanks, government, for
Sounds
inventing
super
Lyme
sus.
disease.
I know, right?
That's
Gary?
probably another gain of function game there.
I like what he said though about like how what the Rona was like an economic.
And it really is. I'm
know?
like, it is so beautiful that it doesn't attack children. I thought that was so sweet. I always say that.
I know, and that's when Chris was like, "Well, that's how they made it." You know? I'm just like,
I didn't know that Chris heard me. I didn't know that Chris understood what I was talking about.
Yeah,
and then
he
I didn't
does.
know your mom could hear any of this.
And I'm like, we're gonna go now.
But still,
Like-
she loves me. I love it.
I know
she loves me
does,
so
yeah.
much.
and she cares about us. She really wants us to get.
How many of y'all got a
She's
mother-in-law
like
that just adores you?
She's hoping that we'll really consider getting vaccinated. Like she really wants to. She wants us to.
I was
really
afraid she
look
was going to
into
say
it.
something because I was going to be like, we're not high risk. I want to kind of see how this plays out for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I want to fucking see how this vaccine goes for like a long time. So.
Am I right, gamers?
Ledger. Okay, I'm gonna pee real quick.
Don't be shitheads. Be nice people. The majority of you are.
We're not on float. I can't just play something. We should think about going to bed. Can you hold it until we just shut down the show?
No, can I just pee real quick?
You know how you
take
don't
2
know because you're
minutes.
not here. You don't know how awkward it is.
So just shut down and go to float for a few minutes.
We've been bad all week.
Midnight is the cutoff.
Our thing now is when people ask you if you're vaccinated. Yeah, I've been vaccinated.
Jacksepticeye. Yeah.
Just don't go any deeper than that. I've been vaccinated. I
We
was
hung
born
out
in
with-
America. I went to a public school.
Yeah. We
I've
hung
been
out with a friend
vac-
yesterday, and she was like, "You guys, what do you say when they ask if you've been vaccinated?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been vaccinated." She's like, "Yeah, me too. Like, I was totally vaccinated."
Not getting
Because
polio.
It's not a lie because I was vaccinated for that shit. I'm just not trying to like hurry up and take it right now. Like
That's what she said.
that's what I say
All right.
every night. I'm just not trying to hurry up and take it.
Non-specific, Matt Lacey.
Hey, yeah. Yes, very non-specific.
All right, let's go to float. Let's do stupid shit. If you're on float, if you want to hang out on float, it might devolve into just watching music videos. It gets weird.
Slider, I'm gonna chug. Yeah.
We'll finish off our beers or whatever. But this was a great show.
This was so much fun. Thanks
I'm
for
so
being
glad
here.
that he agreed to come on. Thank you guys for coming in. For you guys that came
I
in,
want to be a part of their like living room drinking thing.
you are the true fans. I think we belong in their circle.
I really super hope that they'll.
Jack, I'm not telling you.
FLOTE. I'm a bad person for telling you, Jack.
.app because everybody else needs to float.app. FLOTE.
But I really hope they let us into their drinking
That's our
circle
aim.
at least like once. Like that'd be
Yeah.
so much fun.
And the other two are really straight laced, and then there's 3 guys on the Lions Liberty. And I listen to all of them.
I'm gonna start listening. Like.
But then I also got like Jordan Peterson, which is like 3
But see, that's
hours,
like,
and it's like
I can't. I want to listen to him, but
it's
I
great.
need something in my head that's like music. That's just like.
see, and that's
you
what
know.
if I'm doing something creative where I have to like make the meme for this show or something, I stop my podcast and I listen to music because I can't listen and think about something else. Like I can play games
They're
and
always
podcast.
constantly asking me
But
things,
you
like-
you just have to put on your headphones, the noise canceling ones, and put in the podcast, and they'll be like, and you'll just see their faces moving, and then you're just like,
I'll trust David. He's the
Yeah.
12-year-old. I'll trust
yeah,
him to
if
tell
you
me
see him going like
if
this,
there's- Yes. Okay.
then you
All
know.
right. I'm gonna try it, guys. Yeah. It's gonna be exciting.
It has. Jordan Peterson is a great show. Like if you have the time to listen to that podcast, that's probably my favorite.
He comes home and tells me stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, "This is what he's talking about today," and I'm like, "I should."
Heavy
listen
shit.
To that.
Great
Like,
shit.
That's really, really good.
I love how thoughtful it all is, and
Yeah.
I like that because I don't know. I like
Hi, Carly. Over there now.
he's over there.
Multitasking.
Like-
for me,
like the-
no, anymore. No. I
The
used to
guest
be
will say
able-
something kind of funny, and he'll stop
used to be
talking,
able to
and
multitask.
then Jordan will be quiet for 3 seconds, which in your ears is like, did my podcast end? Because he thought it was funny, but he's thinking about his next question. He's thinking about what the guy just said, and he won't just talk.
His
He'll
answer. Yeah, he doesn't just fill the air.
Yeah, he
with-
thinks.
Yeah. Multitasking is not a thing I can do anymore. I used to be really, really good at it, but now I have like 3 kids asking me for something at once. Plus the thing I'm trying to do, and Dave's asked me to do something, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna shut down now. So
Mostly, I'm asking you to look at this meme. Either
Oh
it's a
my gosh.
funny meme or my
So
meme.
I'm
Is this
in-
okay?
I'm in the
Does that
office.
arm look okay?
I'm in the office, right? And I'm like, listen, I need like an hour by myself because I'm trying to like sort out like homeschool portfolio stuff because we have evaluations coming up, and I'm trying to sort things out.
Oh,
So,
bravo.
like, I'm trying to not have anyone come in and interrupt me. Like, come in, be quiet. I'm not going to talk.
Yeah.
You want to talk to me? I'm not.
I do that down here all the time.
But Dave comes in and he's like, look at this meme. Look at this. Oh my gosh, did you see this?
I
I'm
can't
sorry. He's
enjoy
like,
this
I'm
without
being-
you enjoying
I'm being
it
one
also.
of the kids, and I'm like, you're being worse than one of the kids right now.
Because
'Cause,
I
like,
demand it.
They weren't talking to me.
They're following you in.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna pee. Come back to float.
Yeah.
Half hour.
If you're on Float, just chill. I'm gonna shut down all the other streams, and then we're gonna hang out on Float and watch shit on YouTube or whatever we're gonna do. We're gonna finish the alcohol
I
that we
love
have
that
in the
he
room.
was into 80s music.
And his thing on it wasn't an attack on
Anyone in particular?
Yeah.
No.
it was
He
just the
he
show's
just
repetitive,
doesn't
which it
like
has
the
to be. If
show.
it's season after
Sure,
season, they
yeah,
have to.
yeah.
They have a
And I
storyline.
probably would get frustrated too. That's what people say about like what's that we're watching? Or we haven't watched the Bills, not Lord of the Rings, but what is it? The
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Yeah. After a certain point, it's just not good anymore.
Oh, I just thought of
So,
a meme with Game of Thrones, but it's gain of functions. I don't
Gain
know.
of functions. Yes.
There-
All right,
there's
I'm gonna
something
pee.
there.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Oh,
He got
shit,
up.
Jackson's over there.
All right, you guys.
We'll be right back.
Good night to YouTube. Good
Float,
night to
stay
Facebook.
still.
Good night to
Everyone else
Twitch.
get over to
Thanks for
Float.
hanging out. It was huge that you guys were here, because Facebook doesn't show us to a lot of people, but you guys matter. All right. Good night.
I don't like your T-Series. Nothing personal, kid. But I must go all out.
And thank you,
Justice
Philpig, for
wins.
your support.
Bob's or
Notice, thank you so
Vagana,
much.
whichever will it be. Set the fuck down, T-Series. I'm here to spill the real tea. You're trying to dethrone me from spot on number 1, but you in the year you lose. So best think you haven't won. When I'm through with you, we're gonna be completely fucking done. Cause we only just begun. I review you. 0 vibe is gone. So come on, T-Series. Looking hungry for some drama. Here, let me serve you bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. Look at T-Series, they just crying for their mama. Bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. T-Series just wet themselves in their pajamas. So who the hell is Bob and why you wanna kiss him? Ew. I'm a blue-eyed white dragon while you're just dark magician. Oof. You got a fifth of the population in your nation, but I got 9-year-olds the world's a whole your defecation. Oops. Multipatlo, what the fuck is that even supposed to mean? Your language sounds like it come from a mumble rap community. No papa, yes papa, Johnny. Now download the sugar and let's throw this fucking party with some bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. Look at T-Series, they just crying for their mama. Bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. Look at raising nothing but a bitch lasagna. You got a population of 1.32 billion, but most your videos can't seem to hit even a million. Subbot!
Magic potty baby, your bottle's all done. If potty training time will be so much fun. I help you with your training dance, you make me so proud. Your potty feels like magic, then it flushes out loud.
It's fun to help Magic Potty Baby learn to use her potty. Flush and you're ready for next time.
Magic potty baby, I'm so glad that you're mine.
Magic Potty Baby and her Magic Potty. No water, no mess. Batteries not included.